like 6 hours this morning, so I'm a bit loopy.
Good times.
When you say this morning for normal people, or this morning for you?
From 6 a.m. to midday.
We don't have
They're
an
using a
assassin.
power
Ooh.
drill on the
In
freaking
the-
wall near my bed, and I wanted to go outside and throttle them.
Yeah, we don't have
seems
a.
perfectly good at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
We have
This
no
was
assassin
actually-
in roll 20.
This was legitimately morning. Also, we are live on
I
my
think
end as
I'm on
well
roll
now.
20.
No, you're not.
You are not.
No.
No.
Or at least you're not in the game. You might be on roll
I'm-
20.
I'm sat in the upcoming games section.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
good luck with that.
It's on brand. You gotta give it that.
Yeah.
I was in the lobby. It's fine.
We'll just wait. Assassin, just wait. We're waiting on you.
wait. In the foyer.
Behind the window.
Because my question is to
staring in.
you. My
I
question
was just stealth. That's fine.
Alright, Bane, you live?
Yep.
Alright, let's do a quick intro, then you guys can get to chatting. Welcome back to the world of Alterra, episode 21. 21.
21! 21!
I'm already setting a good pace for today's
Hell
session.
yeah.
Today's session. It's gonna be
It's not
barely
even the
functional.
episode where we all drink while we play.
Yeah. Episode 21, The Mines of Avarice, Part 3. Previously, our heroes had finally arrived at the entrance of Mines of Avarice and had encountered a group of Oni brutes, which they have discovered are a little bit more brutish and sponge-heavy than they'd expected. And that maybe they shouldn't go gung-ho into this mine that potentially could have dozens more of them.
I blame the professor.
The
The
Wines of
professor's
Avarice.
plan to go in there.
Yeah,
Yep.
the professor gave Alvina caffeine. It's
to fight those
entirely
brutes.
their fault.
Entirely their fault.
Yep.
You temporarily cleared the way into the eastern segment of the mines and are expected to meet up with Izami and
Akuma.
Ko and Akuma.
Izumi.
Yep. In the higher levels of the mine that presumably if you go towards the center or look for stairs up or look for, I don't know, a hole in the ceiling, it's probably a good indicator of where you should be going. Presumably the mine will have some form of layout. Otherwise, how would people traverse it?
We'll find a map.
And
Either
let's-
way, the magical, and we'll get to that in a second there, Bother. Either way, the magic of the professor is kind of guiding you towards the west side, so the other side of the map, but given that the
Sorry?
map you're about to go on to only actually has like 2 exits anyway,
It's
gonna be one
the
of those.
door.
it's the door. You don't
What's
get to
behind
branching path
door
until you
number
get to
one?
the central terminal. And that's where we've you guys have had a short rest, and you are kind of sitting up in the what appears to be in trapped, sleep poisoned area to catch runaway slaves, and you've set up there temporarily to discuss what you want. You've had a quick peek of the area where you've discovered ogre slave masters with some cannons. And before we do a name check on everyone, we'd also like to announce that we officially have our new logo that
Yeah.
Bob is
Yay!
constantly referencing now.
Yep, I am zooming in on it on my end.
So
it
there
broke
you
screen.
go. If you want to see how we designed that or the philosophy behind that, you can on Tuesday's stream of spoilers, which should still be up on Twitch. Otherwise, it will be on our YouTube channel where we download and paste all the previous episodes. Apart from episode 1, which you'll have to go to Bane's channel to find
Yep, because
because of
it,
logistical issues.
it broke.
Also, my spirit of screaming, "It's all on one layer," has been finally laid to rest.
I use multiple layers, everyone. I've slowly learned how to use Inkscape.
I do like the fact that that is recorded for posterity. It's
First
just me
layer,
screaming, "It's
first
all on
layer.
one
One
layer," randomly during the stream.
Yep.
There probably won't be an episode next Tuesday, just because there's a lot of stuff going on. But the Tuesday after that, hopefully, we'll be back for spoilers, where we can begin working on ideas for a new banner background image. As I slowly transition things from like hodgepodge improvised images slapped together to actual original content, which I'll have full copyright over.
I suppose it should be character or something.
So
I was actually wanted to do something similar to what we'd already had of the world exploding apart, because I'll probably do a alter shattered Altsphere image first, and then I'll do one for the original universe.
Is how many people are gonna come and think this is the original universe? You think?
Yep.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. But yeah, we can figure all that out in about 2 weeks' time on the next spoiler stream or whenever it actually is, since they're kind of done impromptu. But with that, let's get back to today's episode. Let's do a quick voice check. James, the professor, is going to be late today and will show up at some point, and Ben, playing Fukyu, is also going to be absent today and will be an NPC. But with that said, Wolfie, why don't you start us off with a quick sentence?
Howdy, I'm Wolfie Bane, I'm one of the streamers, and I am playing Alvina Alanor, the most aggressive Pokemon master the world has ever seen. She caught a shaman last time.
And I have no doubt that their list will continue to grow. Zormir.
Hi, I'm Bob. I played Dr. Zormir, who is currently mourning the fact that there's going to be another zoo on his airship again once he gets it fixed again.
I got you with that Pokemon comment, didn't
Every
I?
time.
Yeah.
Dr. Zormir eternally herding cats.
And Dr. Zormir, Professor fucking No Get Heart.
Gwent Mossmal.
Hey, I'm TR. I play Gwent, and I want nothing to do with the zoo part 2. It sounds like
Gwent,
such a dangerous zoo.
Never even got to meet Zoo Part 1.
It just sounds like a hassle. The things he's capturing are not zoo creatures.
They are!
Lou Grimm.
Hey, I'm Lou Grimm, repenting warlock.
Repenting Warlock!
Neil, I didn't know you were a repenting warlock.
Yes.
Only the penitent Warlock will pass.
I think there's something slightly terrifying of learning, like, the guy you took a loan money from, the loan shark in your old world, that you could, was just powerful enough to be a nuisance, but not enough to, like, destroy the world. And you come to the new world where your loan shark is now somehow the emperor of somewhere.
It's like that guy you just, like, borrowed money off in college.
The
and he
loan shark turns out to be a great white.
No, I was about to say, he's just that guy you borrowed money off in college, and then, like, a few years later, he's the president of the United States.
And then you get to the new world, and he's like, I loaned you money in the old world? I guess that means you owe me money in this world too then, buddy.
Yeah. And the cost
No.
of interdimensional inflation's pretty brutal.
Assassin.
Hello, I am one of the zoo exhibits. Just
With your
here
squishy
for
boy.
yeah, just here for the snacks and the shits and giggles, I guess.
Works.
The benefits of being a pet.
Yep.
Really, we could all just nap and play D&D and never have to do anything else.
It's great.
The Point, aka Nap Boy.
Hello there, I am The Point, I am a Dwarven Bard, and last week I had a possibly poison-induced nap and woke up and the zoo had gotten me.
And you got kicked in the nads twice.
Yeah, that is true.
Very hard!
That also.
Yeah, we kind of glossed over that because it seems like a weird thing for party members to do to each other, so,
It was trying,
Move on.
it was trying to wake him up! How else did you wake someone up?
vastly differently.
Slap him in the face.
No,
to wonder if Alvina
kill him.
has any friends at all.
yeah, I was gonna say if
Money
we
maker,
ever
don't
if we
put me in
ever
the
do
face.
like a sleepover D&D night, you're not sleeping anywhere near anyone else.
You just
Nobody
went
puts Albina in the corner.
I am Chris McKenzie. I will be your DM for tonight. Sometimes reluctantly. We'll see how tonight goes. Alright, I'm going to quickly show you the lower east to remind the players what they were able to glance from Assassin, who has come back to tell you what they saw and then ran away again to have additional look while you guys plan initially. Just for the convenience of the fact that Ben's not here. You were described 3 ogre, what can be pretty assumed are slave masters of some kind, given that they seem to be watching over the various slaves in up and down off the map. A couple extra details, kind of fleshed in the beginning of the session, is that they seem to have regular black tattoos kind of swirled around their arms. There's no glittering from what Assassin can tell of the gold Arcanite, similar to the Oni. So it doesn't look like they have magical tattoos, but something that did catch Assassin's eye, Fukyu's eye, last time is that they actually seem to have very detailed gold bracers up and down their forearm. Yeah, that's a forearm.
Lower part of the arm, more close
Yeah.
to the hand. Yeah, forearm.
I don't remember what a forearm is on a Friday night. I said that's not my Tuesday night serve any more coherent. They seem to have golden bracers that, for all intents from the description that they were able to give, seem to be bracers of defense of some kind.
Okay.
But apart from as well as there were 2 cannons, as well as a giant cask of something that the ogres are drinking, some cannonballs, and what appeared to be target practice dummies, kind of just set up that had been kind of vandalized and been kind of worn down over years of just like throwing shit at them and I don't know, like punching them occasionally, as well as the carts of gold that Fukyu briefly mentioned before immediately going off saying something about going to see how much more gold they could find.
That's fair.
Mhm.
That is fair. And that is where we resume as we go back to the underground passages. There we go. You guys are in the top left. You had recently cleared out this eastern path to the far west here. And yeah, you are, you've got your short rest and you are good to discuss with this information what you would like to do. So I'll hand over to the players.
Okay.
Okay, well, I have somewhat of a plan, but I do require... Assassin? Are you still able to make people talk in different languages?
That could be arranged
Okay.
for a cost.
Okay. Now we get into the nitty-gritty of it, aren't we?
I mean, what
Well-
did you expect?
Hey, you got supply. I got supply. You got demands. You know, this is how it works.
Well, I am putting myself at a bit of a risk here of going in, disguising myself as one of these Oni.
It is a bit of a risk, isn't it? You could die without my help. That
yes.
sounds even more valuable.
Yes.
Do you think you could convince an ogre of anything?
Well, I don't know if anyone else can do this, really. I mean, do any of you know how to disguise yourself, or that doesn't sound completely robotic there, Professor?
I mean, well, that information might cost you money, but I think I know someone else who might do that.
Can you?
What's it to you?
I mean, you're a bit short for me to enlarge to make you a large creature. No offense.
I could convince him.
Nah, I come in the right size. I don't need to be bigger than I am.
Yes, but bringing you up to just our size
Just
is not going to is not going to convince them that you were one of the Oni guarding that front gate.
Oh, so that's what we're doing.
Yes,
This is
Oh!
what smoking does. It stunts your growth.
Okay.
We're trying to
about
convince
can it
enough
be a
of them
baby
to
Oni?
come.
A baby ogre. Why is a baby ogre in here?
We
I
need.
am.
The point yawns. I can do it if I've had a nap.
You've had a nap.
I,
You can do
I am
it.
able to disguise myself using magic.
Yes, but you
The
sound
point, you have
very.
the benefits of a short rest.
Yes, you can.
Have a long rest.
One, I don't trust you right now, and two, I don't think your voice will be very convincing, even with speaking in giant. You are a bit.
Robotic?
How can I say stiff and robotic?
They're stiff and robotic. That's a good way of saying that they sound stiff and robotic.
And are you very convincing? I mean, I'd send in Lou, but I don't know how.
Look, you can talk to an ogre, right?
I don't know if he can disguise
Ooh.
himself.
Wait, actually, what?
Before you arrived and the point put on their performance for the camp, I regularly did readings from novels and books, and everyone seemed to enjoy them.
I'm going to incite Abigail for that, not the professor.
Well, maybe not everyone.
Anyone.
She just
I think.
looks over at you, shakes her head subtly.
Yeah. Thought
What
that.
do you mean?
There.
I didn't say anything.
Your head tilted at an angle.
Look, we
Like
get
slowly
it.
moves over to Alvina, whispers, Father told me not to tell them. They get really prideful about it.
Yeah,
Look,
fair
look,
enough,
we,
yeah, I
we get
understand
it. The
that.
professor's incredibly wooden. Anyway,
I am metallic.
what? Yeah, this is the problem. Anyway,
My
I'm
pl-
getting payment. Either way, you either want tongues or you want disguise self, and either way, those
I
are
can
pretty
do
expensive spells.
No,
I
no,
can-
Zomi. We just get
Yes?
Lou. We get Lou to do it.
He can't
What?
disguise himself. I think.
I don't have disguise self.
I have a
Oh,
I only have a
I-
disguise kit.
I was about to say, I have this disguise kit.
The
Just
point,
make him bigger.
Perhaps if you could, how best to put this?
I can make him bigger.
If someone could perhaps, it is difficult to describe. There is a cartridge which would require to be inserted into the back of my neck. It will allow me to speak in a less robotic tone. Yes.
Do you need a Windows
that was the
update?
best way I could put it. Essentially, yeah. Occasionally, I blue screen.
Look. The only thing I'm interested in is what you've got to offer me, because clearly I'm the most valuable member right now. None of you are bringing anything to the table. Point, say nothing. You've just had a nap. You're very sleepy. You really
can
need to take
disguise
some time to wake up.
I am already
I was
bringing.
going to offer to
at
pay
least
you, but
two-
fair enough.
I can
Oh, you
bring
can
two-
wait. What? Don't go back to that.
I can bring two things to the table already. I know how to disguise myself, and I know how to enlarge reduce. These are the two things I was planning on doing.
I just
But
think that you
I
could-
can't speak giant.
I think
I
that
can
need
also do
hands.
those two things.
I think we should.
And I know
just-
you can speak giant, but the thing is, I
You
don't
don't
trust you
trust
going
me.
by yourself, and you're kind of, unless point, can you do that? At least I would maybe tolerate him a bit better if he spoke. That's robotic.
Here's one.
Yes.
Lou, do you know how to use minor illusion?
Yes.
Just make Lou bigger. Minor illusion. They're ogres. How the hell are they gonna tell? Just some minor things will probably get us straight through because Lou can talk to pretty much anyone. Just you enlarge him. You do the weird language thing that you did to me earlier, and we're in. Maybe
so
Lou can even induct them into his cult. Who knows?
so my eye that you've seen turn red on occasion turns blue, and R2D2 projects an image of an Oni speaking giant, and it sounds Oni like, and it sounds giant like.
But will you be right?
Okay.
I would, of course, be limited to what they say. Mostly, it is stuff about tattoos.
Ah.
So essentially, it would be like a mix.
Check
of
out
me to
Manu
mix
Inc.
things on the fly.
So
Check.
I need
Check out
them
my
to.
think.
I need them to come to us. We need them to think that they need to back the first three to come to us and back them up. We beat them up. We take over the cannons. But
I can
We
create a
need some-
distraction.
we need someone can. Well, no distractions because that will just alert them to something else. We need convincing people, but we need people who can do some of these tricks that I can, as well as you can, and you to be able to make them speak giant. Oh, this is very confusing.
I can do all of this.
Yes,
But
but
it will
you're too
cost
short
you.
when we make you big. We need someone of average height than now to make bigger, so it's convincing. And someone who maybe can wear the armor. I said I'd make it. I put myself in the position where I'm probably the best candidate, but I'm not a very convincing person.
Also, we've got a minor problem about you wearing the armor to disguise yourself.
What?
You've got one arm and one leg.
Yes, but my armor's ability remove.
Yeah,
Basically,
your armor, not their armor.
It's just a scratch, though.
but I can use disguise self to make the armor look like their armor. I just
Get it?
can look at it and see. Well, that's what doesn't what disguise self does.
One moment.
I can make my, or is it just me?
I thought it
You
was
have to have the same arrangement of limbs, and technically, since you
Don't.
have an arm and a leg, even if it's not physically there, that would still count as the same arrangement.
it does
of
count
limbs.
armor. It does count armor. Yeah.
Your clothing, armor, weapons. Yeah, I see no problem here. You just have to be the same size.
I didn't think it could do gear. I thought it just did ordinary clothing.
And
I mean,
I have one of the rings. It may be broken.
sound like fuck you. I
Okay.
mean, the Oni can change. Do it needs to be big?
That's actually a very good point. Actually.
I
That's a
doubt
really
very
good
highly
point.
they would disguise themselves as non-Oni around their own kin.
No, we just have to make ourselves all look like Oni that are in the smaller form.
Oh, you could
Yeah, that's all we
I could be
need.
carried as a small baby Oni. Yes, this makes perfect sense.
DM, if in theory we were to stack a medium creature on a medium creature and wear a big jacket, could we just
I literally
cast
said that
disguise
earlier.
self?
I said that earlier.
Ah, okay.
I did
And
get
just
an
That
answer.
disguise
depends
self on the top.
entirely on if you pass the athletic and acrobatics check necessary to not fall over should you interact with anything.
I mean, I'm incredible. Anyone else will have to compete with that, but I'm solid.
But apart from
I
Not
can
a
be there.
occasional
performance.
check,
Yeah.
absolutely you can do that.
Who wants to
Incredible.
sit
I'm
on my
vaguely
shoulders?
acrobatic.
Who wants
I
to
am
who
not
wants to
good.
sit on my shoulders?
I'm not good in any physical skill.
Who wants to sit on Alvina's
Honestly,
shoulders and be an
I
Oni?
think the point you were gonna pay me, so I feel like I should sit on your shoulders.
I don't think that
I'm
the
not
two
very
of-
good at athletics.
I'm
I'm good at acrobatics and persuasion.
I also don't think that the two of you together would make a large, like, that big enough.
Yeah.
Like, you're like my height standing on top of each other.
Dang, you're right. I just
Stacking a
Look.
kobold and a dwarf doesn't really make a big creature.
look. What all I'm hearing is that I'm gonna have to now put myself in the line of danger, which means the cost has gone up.
I've got an
So,
idea.
like, you know,
The longer we discuss this, the less likely we're going to have the time to beat the changing of the guard.
So who is sitting on my shoulders for this weird trench coat thing?
And
Who
if,
could
we,
disguise their face?
and if we do this
Me.
weird trench coat thing you're talking about, then how do we ambush them?
Is
we
it only
don't.
me that speaks giant, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
but I can cast tongues.
that's fair.
So we're not going with my plan
But
of
you don't want to.
send one person in to get them to come here, and we kick their ass and then take over the guns.
I think that
Who's the most charismatic?
That's a good plan. It's just
Me.
how
Bards, the Bard
how
or
do
the
we
Warlock?
get them?
The Grim. Okay.
Lou, because I
Um,
think because fuck you
I'm
is
got
indisposed.
20 on charisma.
Yeah, because fuck you is indisposed. It's Lou, essentially.
DM, if I were to lock my own ability of disguise self, and as a bonus action give it to Lou, he would have that ability to cast it until the end of my next turn. According to the Animancer rules, could he cast disguise self and then be disguised as an Oni?
He would still need to expend the appropriate spell slot, so he wouldn't be able to cast it for free.
It's a once per day tattoo thing that I have. I do have it as a spell, but I have a once per day regardless.
So is it a
It's-
magical item, or...
It's a spell rot tattoo that the Oni actually gave me.
Well, I know, but mechanically, what is it?
It's a magic item tattoo.
Yeah, so because it's not on their stat block, you wouldn't be able to transfer the ability to a magic item.
Can
Okay, so if I were to just transfer my ability to cast Disguise Self, lock it from me, give it to Lugrim, he could cast it before my next action, but the disguise
Yeah.
wouldn't drop.
I know how to cast Alter.
Oh, Alter Self would be perfect. I was actually going to
So
ask, does anyone have Alter
you
Self?
could lock it out from me, and then
Why don't you just Alter Self?
And it would make you.
I have no spell slots.
Ah, 5 point.
Okay. If you raised that, I would ask then if you would allow it. Would you?
Temporary, right?
So yeah, the only prerequisite is the creature is able to use the spell or ability that if they meet all the prerequisites. So, for example, by expending a spell slot of the appropriate level for the learned spell, or has the biological appendices or organs to perform said ability. So, you unfortunately can't give like Dragon's Breath to someone who doesn't have the Dragon Breath organs, but you can.
Lungs?
No, it's a special. gland,
dragons have a special gland for that.
Yep.
Similar to Dragonborn and some versions of Kobold, depending on what Chris feels like at the day and which type of class it is, or type of race it is.
So you could steal the dragon breath of an ancient red or gold and give it to a fucking kobold.
Yes.
So long as they have the ability to breathe, do fire breath or a breath attack already.
Hilariously, you could also do it to a monk.
I'm
If
actually
they're a dragon
technically
monk, they have dragon breath.
technically I'm not
Yeah.
like a kobold. I'm a simic hybrid is the actual race that I've chosen. Just
the
because
aspect,
it makes it's for the aspect and mantle glide and things, it just makes more sense to have something that's a bit more
Oh, but interestingly, acid spit is I could at least see as a form of breath attack, because that's how
gland.
acid dragons do it.
Yeah.
That's fair. I would actually
a
have like
elemental
an
gland,
acid
effectively.
sac, which is a
We learned the biology of assassin. They don't just
I would
puke up
have to
acid.
consider if elemental ones pass. So, for example, if the acid one and the fire one are the same gland, though. So you could easily do it from a fire dragon to a red kobold, for example. I don't know. It depends how finicky I want to get.
It depends what dragon law you're wanting, because in some dragon laws, there's like the acid breath of a dragon. It just doesn't have the thing that sparks it, because it's like they all breathe out an acid, and there's like another gland which sparks it into a fire breath, and other ones just don't have the sparks, which shoots out acid instead. It depends which one you're going with, essentially.
So, but since that's not relevant right now, I'll figure out the backlore implications of all that later. But so long as you have, for example, the spell slots, you can pass along learned spells for 1 round. That is actually one of the mechanical uses I had in mind for abilities like this. You could do like a vital spell, like a Revivify or something, or steal like a cool ability from another creature and give it to somebody who has spell slots to actually use it.
Yeah, finger
Have you got the spell slot for it?
Lewd.
Yes.
I would be able to cast Alter Self on myself. I'm searching my memory banks. Alter Self. I would be able to choose what sort of voice I could take. This would be perfect.
Would you look like
I can make myself look and sound as like an Oni.
Would you look like a mechanical Oni?
I can decide to look like a mechanical Oni,
Oh.
and also like
but I would not change size.
and
Doctor,
also
you would have to enlarge my
also
form.
the problem with that, Professor, is that like, you know, you're about as charismatic as that rock over there.
How dare
Actually,
you.
maybe less. No, that rock's actually like they've got something going for them. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're less charismatic than that rock.
They are quite pointy.
Yeah, there's
What's in the rock?
something about it. They've got a lot of
Yeah.
confidence, you know?
They're a rock.
Yeah.
How big is this rock?
I loot the rock.
I'll
I
point
kind
out.
of want this charismatic rock.
Oh, I
yeah.
give it.
Not even
Okay.
a charismatic rock!
It is
I was
now.
Will something into appearing.
I think it's probably like quite like smooth, has like a little bit of moss on the other side, and has like one pointy edge. Probably probably bigger than Assassin can carry,
like
but
cliff
small enough for
moss.
someone else to carry.
I'm just gonna.
You know?
Could there be little freckles of moss that make it look like eyes? I'm just picturing.
It's
Plank
just got a
from Ed, Edd n
smiley
Eddy.
face.
Yeah, I'm just picturing Plank. from
Plank.
Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Yeah, like I go, oh yeah, no, you're probably about as charismatic as that rock, and then I come round and look round, and it's got like a nice little pleasing little smile, and I'm like, oh no, actually, this one's got more charisma than you. Look at them, look at this little guy. He's got it. I don't know what it is, but he's got it.
Charisma of 14, damn it! I am charismatic.
Sure, buddy.
You're as charismatic as the point is strong, so.
Wow.
I
That's
do
a fair.
have.
But to be fair, it's still above average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Nice.
can speak the language. So it's up to you. I can give it to Lugrim, and
I think give it
I do
Lou,
really-
and we can cast tongues on Lou.
but we'd
Please-
have to
please
cast
note-
tongues and enlarge, whereas
please
it would
note
just be
as-
one spell.
Please note, as a player, I want you all to do the thing that you want to do, but and I will support the overall party decision. But no, as assassin, I want to stir up as much shit and make this as difficult for you all as possible. So
and don't
you know.
forget, soul points don't come back until after a long rest, so you're running
This
low
is-
on those.
This is true.
Also, don't worry, I've got
No,
a solution for assassin.
I swapped spell slots for soul points. I'm running,
Okay.
You're running
spell
low on
slots
those
now.
too.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of things.
Okay.
Have we decided?
I have come.
Yeah, because we have just taken a short rest, so I'll have both of my spell slots back.
So will
I
Lou
do
as
have-
well.
I do have one point to raise.
I picked the
That
points
if
up.
if the
Yeah,
professor,
so are you going to cast the larger one?
Oh no! I just like Alvina like picking up the point
Yeah,
to raise.
yeah, pretty much what she just
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
The point will appreciate the palm mercy. Please.
Yeah, sure.
We might need to be insightful against these folks as well. How wise are you, Lou?
I've got 16 wisdom.
That's good.
Same as me.
I
How
walk.
insightful are you, though?
+3.
Ooh, yeah, it's not as good as me.
I will walk up to the professor, and
Stab him.
I knew this was how it would begin. I cast Blight on Bob.
no,
Not on Zormir.
On Bob. Yeah.
I
It's
I
become a one-shot.
I whisper in his ear. I'll need that dragon if you expect me to trust you to go in there by yourself.
What dragon?
Your clockwork dragon.
I do not have it. It is with the Oni twins.
It is actually, yeah.
All right. I will need something of yours that's important to you.
Oh, I've got a great one.
Collateral.
I need your arm.
No, I'm whispering this to him. I'm not actually saying it loud enough for any of you to hear.
One more. Can I try to hear it? I definitely would try to listen in. Just randomly.
Zormir, how sneaky you trying to be to get the professor away? Because you are well aware that Alvina one hell of a hearing.
Mm.
And also Gwent has
And also
more
Gwen!
has more perception
Yeah, but
than
to
me.
be fair-
Oh, yeah.
It's Gwen.
I
They're,
can't help it.
Yeah, they don't want to stir up trouble. So unless it's something that will get them killed, I don't think they care.
Nope.
What to do with that weird mercenary company?
So
We don't talk about them.
Zormir, give me a charisma stealth. Let's see how good at this you are.
That's probably why I didn't want to be the one. So just a charisma check, or
Yep, if you don't have proficiency of stealth, just a charisma check.
Hmm.
I do love an old-fashioned charisma stealth to try and act innocuous.
11.
Alvina,
Nah.
what's your passive insight?
Passive insight.
Ooh.
Yeah, what's your insight modifier? Add it to the 10.
11.
Oh, eyes narrow.
Yeah.
I see you
Status
there.
quo means, so because you were in a group discussion and Alvina was keeping an eye on you and listening to you, you just watch, she just follows you and just doesn't stop staring at you. And she go over to the professor. And she just staring you dead in the eye.
Just staring.
As you're trying to talk to the professor. What would you like to do?
where is she? Where is she? I need to drag. No, that's fuck you. Where's
Just
Alvin?
just holding Emmy,
There.
just like imagine stroking Emmy.
Yeah.
There.
Just petting
Oh,
Emmy.
bloody hell, Alvina! Personal space.
No.
Okay, I understand the logistics of we're spending more of our energies and magics to send in Lou, but like I said, I'm not too trusting of you right now, so I would need some assurances of you leaving
I-
something.
I
With us.
cannot gain your trust unless you begin to trust me. It's not like I can exactly walk away, is it? We are deep within enemy territory, and I want this as much as you.
Also, technically,
So,
your main
for
job
now-
here is to keep an eye on Assassin, who's going to be with the party.
Also that.
Yeah, actually, we should send the professor in.
Ooh. How about this?
Yeah, that's a great
Assassin,
idea.
Assassin is my thing I can't give up. So here you go. Here's
Wait,
Assassin.
yeah, absolutely. We should send the professor in, and then when they
Yeah.
die, I'm free.
How about this? I will give you my eye, my recording eye. I will be able to see through it,
Can I hold
and you
it?
can keep it trained on Assassin.
Can I
This
hold it?
way, we will trust each other.
I mean,
You may not ever hold anything I own, because I do not want it contaminated with your eldritch nonsense.
Oh,
I do
buddy.
not want to see visions of terror
I'll-
and laughing walls.
Alvina holds out her hand.
Probably
No.
shouldn't have eaten all those rats then, buddy.
No, Point, you take
Yeah.
this.
The point also holds out his hand. Yeah.
I
Point,
will
Kinda.
give
you-
it. I trust the point. Well, rather, I distrust the point the least.
Could, basically, the next few scenes is literally just the little squid boy trying to steal it from the point, and the point every single time, like, really obviously clocking it and just being like, no.
Just moving it
Why?
away slightly.
just shuffling it back a little bit, and then just being like huffy about the whole thing.
I'm not gonna lie, that was probably a smart idea because of what Alvina was gonna do with the eye. She's gonna feed it to
So you're going to
Susie.
put it in the bag.
Yeah, I was
She's
gonna
gonna
say,
feed
I'm
it
not
to
gonna-
Susie.
I was when you said that I wasn't allowed to touch anything. My immediate thought is, well, I've got to put it in my mouth now.
Yeah, I thought, so what, it's going in someone's stomach.
I am going to be studying it, just not invasively. Just kind of looking at it.
It's
seeing
take
how
it
first.
apart.
I assumed Arvina was going to try and eat it, I'll be honest.
He's gonna feed it to Susie, it's way more entertaining.
Okay, if you're doing this, you know your job is to send those 3 guard over to us, take control of the cannons, and once we've dealt with them, we will come join you.
Don't shoot anyone.
Do your best not to shoot anyone. You only have a minute.
Oh, you should shoot them.
No,
So
don't,
we will.
Absolutely.
don't shoot the
Go
people.
buck wild.
Don't shoot
Oh yeah,
the people.
only shoot the ones that look like you, so they shoot you too.
Assassin, I may need you to cast tongues on Lou as well, just to.
For when
can
this
make
inevitably
the-
goes wrong.
No, because if he makes a convincing discussion of them fighting still here, they'll at least not realize that there isn't a battle and fall into our trap.
Right. So you need something from me. Right. We're back to the start
Yes,
again.
I will
Uh-huh.
pay you for your trouble. Don't worry about it.
What's it
And
gonna? What were
So
you gonna
you
give
will
me?
pay them, but you will not even trust me. I see.
Well,
I mean,
you
I'm
did
very
steal
honest.
the
I'm very
energy from-
upfront.
You did steal the energy from the tomb thing that I used, which interfered, and you seem to withhold information. I get why you're withholding it.
I'm
but
a
that's
decent,
still-
honest liar,
Yeah.
Professor.
They've
There's
got a
still-
I am a spy master.
Exactly. Zero reason to trust
I
you.
don't believe you're a spy master. No spy master would ever say they're a spy master.
Yeah, sounds fake, buddy.
You're the stand-in for the spy master.
Unless they were doing a triple bluff.
No,
Yeah,
they're the stand-in for the
unless.
spy
Oh,
master. That means
that
they're
is-
just some random grunt, and the spy master's actually watching us now.
Oh damn! You have seen through my puzzle.
Gwen stares at
And you are-
Assassin.
You are.
Okay, I don't care right now. I just need us to get ready for this trap and everything go as smoothly as we can without things going wrong.
Fine. Okay, you owe me, and I'll cast tongues on Lou.
Okay.
Lou, you can
I
suck
will
in.
pay you.
But, like, remember that we've not set a term, so you didn't offer me anything. So Assassin has decided that you just owe them. What that
Assassin?
is.
Yeah.
I will pay you 1 secret.
Ooh.
What
Yeah.
level are we talking? Give me a proper currency here.
It is
Your
a
first
secret.
kiss.
It is about you. It is
About
Yeah,
me?
it's a secret about you.
Wait, what? About me?
You have a secret that you don't know
I-
about?
Absolutely, yes.
that
yeah.
much of a secret?
That's it. You can have anything you want. That's it. Yeah.
I put a glove on and hold out a hand to shake on it.
What's this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you put your hand out to shake on it, and I'm like, okay, fine. And then you see like a tentacle come out from the back, and then go, well, no, wait, we do hands with this. That's how that works. But somehow the hand is just as slimy. You know.
That's what the glove is for.
Eventually, we're going to have to get assassin gloves.
Is it just dissolving the glove?
Oh
So
yeah, it
what's-
will be slightly acidic. Yeah.
Oh no, these are my nice gloves. These are my nice gloves.
That's why you should
shouldn't
have
put the
like
ni-
that's why you should have gloves like mine.
Yeah, you should never wear the nice gloves to shake my hands. Sorry.
Alvina's like got
Well.
pats her pocket with the rubber gloves in.
I've
The
only
stains
been
are
made
never
to-
gonna come out.
Right. Let's do this. I'll tell you the secret once Lou comes. Or the professor comes
Once
back.
whoever's
so
going in
professor-
comes back.
No, can we do it just for Lou coming back? Because you know, I have a vested interest in the professor dying.
Lou's not
Don't worry,
going
I will
anywhere.
be coming back.
Lou's not going anywhere, are they?
Lou's
No.
not going anywhere until the professor comes back. So
Yeah.
Lou is
Oh.
convincing them that the fight's still going on down here.
This is
rest of-
fair.
All right, let's see what you look like then, Professor, and let's hear what you sound like when you change. How long does that last?
give me a second.
I think it's
30
10
seconds.
minutes concentration.
Which one is it? Alter self.
Alter self.
Hour concentration.
1 hour concentration.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So I can't guidance myself. That's a very important thing to know.
Oh yeah, guidance is concentration. Keep forgetting that.
Gwent guidance is you though.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
I
lasts a
can.
minute. Last-
You've got a minute
I'll
to
do-
run over.
Just
We'll do
run
that once.
fast. Run
We'll
fast.
do that once we send them in, because my
Yes.
spell enlarge only lasts a minute as well.
Yes, and I can't change my size category with alter self.
That's why you're getting enlarged.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna set an ambush up
But
with.
before we do, what exactly am I saying? Because
You're
I'm not
saying that the battle. There's a battle outside against
Mhm.
the Dryads or something, and
There's a fight
need
in the
more-
weird garden place.
there's a fight in a weird garden place or something, and we need you guys to go out there and
We need
help.
reinforcements, basically.
Need reinforcements.
It's like meta. Are you better at deception or persuasion?
deception. I will be deceived.
Okay.
So, and to say
So
the
don't say
Dryad
there are
back,
some
we
noise
need
causing
to
trouble. That's the truth.
say something.
Just
There's a
literally
battle
just,
outside, and we need to.
there's a
reinforcements.
lot of enemies just attacking in the garden. We need reinforcements. Just do it simple. They're ogres. They're if the last group was anything to go by.
You should probably describe it as the Noid trap too,
Yeah, that's a good
not the
one.
garden.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Noid trap.
And we need
Okay.
to set up within a distance that he can get there in a minute, and we can.
Do we have any
Ambush
ropes?
them.
How many ropes do we have
So-
left?
After that, I am taking control of the cannons rather than coming back to help you.
Yes, hold the cannon so that if there is anyone else there, you have a way to fight them back, and we can
Well-
get to you.
Won't they just ask, why aren't you coming with us?
Yeah, just come back with it. Come back with them.
I mean, it
Maybe
would be
look
my
injured.
first question.
I have an
Maybe
idea.
look injured.
I can alter myself to make my Oni form look injured.
Yeah.
And I mentally
Ideal.
remember the one. So the one that ran away, that was gonna alert the troops before Alvina
Yeah.
just
Froze it solid.
destroyed. Yeah.
Yes, you also say you're going to raise the alarm, so
Oh, and I'll continue on.
yes,
Yeah, perfect.
I'll go in to
It's
get more
better than-
reinforcements. That's a good call here.
I like it. I'm liking this more and more.
that was my initial plan for what to do and what to say. Let's do this.
Does anyone have how many ropes do we have
Leroy!
left? Yeah. How many ropes do we have left?
How many ropes?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why?
We could use the charismatic rock as a rope swing and kill one of them with it.
Yes.
We could use the chains we've got to attack them as they come.
The ogre chains to attack
Yeah.
ogres. That's irony.
Or just
I
have
do
the
still have 50 feet of rope.
Yay!
And Lou's got the repairing rope.
You do have the
Yeah.
repair room. Yeah, well, Alvin will start like making swing, basically like a full-on pulley thing. Essentially, just swing a rock down and just back at about ogre head height.
We also have ogres. Oh my god! So we're basically playing the Ewoks versus the Storm.
Yes.
Oh my god!
If the
We
point
also have
sees
the,
Alvina trying this, he will help with his artistry.
Yay!
We also have
Just
those,
make a successful trap.
those ogres in jars. The heads. The
Oh, the trolls.
Hmm.
Troll heads.
Oh yeah, we use
maybe
the
bust
troll.
one of those out.
Actually, fuck you's gone. Who wants
Yeah,
to throw
fuck
the
you.
troll heads? We need to at least see what they do as well.
Me.
You.
I
Okay.
want to do it.
How's your throwing arm?
Very good.
Good.
Yep.
Alvin doesn't question it in any way, even though it's probably
Yeah,
a
I was
lie.
gonna say, they don't have very good strength. They have good decks, so okay.
works.
Also mostly because there is definitely a nuclear policy, and I feel like I might be the most measured party member left to not throw
Gosh.
the ogres.
Okay.
Measured.
Do I actually have to make a check to set this trap up, by the way? Because I think
There we
traps are usually survival, right?
Yeah, if you're setting up a Hobolome trap, go ahead and give me a survival check. With the help of artificers at hand, go ahead and have an advantage.
Yeah.
You guys have enough both
30.
survival and mechanical knowledge between you. It's an unlucky trap. We'll see what happens.
It's not a complicated trap. It is a rope and a big chunk of rock. So hopefully it didn't take much.
It's a basic trap, but
Is it like a dollar or an Archimate in the center of the thing that's just gonna pull them? Oh, look! Wait, hold on. This could be a trap. Yeah, I see people hiding behind that rock there. That very charismatic looking rock.
Yeah. Alvidius has written bonk on the rock.
You've turned into fucking.
Tiny
Oh
Tina.
god. You're turned into Jinx here.
I think
Tiny-
Wily Coyote.
She's Jinx and Vi simultaneously. Don't
Oh,
question
we love Wily Coyote energy, honestly. Like, absolutely. We sell the Wily Coyote energy.
You seem to have dropped
Also,
out
anyone
of
who's not
funny
seen Arcade, I
James.
highly recommend Arcade. It is a beautiful
Wonderful.
masterpiece of storytelling, and you should definitely go see it.
10 out of 10 show.
Arcade's
100%.
so good.
One of the very
Those
few
are
shows
great,
I
and-
call a 10 out of 10.
That's fair. I can agree with
Absolutely
that.
no one has a good time, and yet it's a good time to watch.
He's awesome. I don't know, I can think of a couple characters that might have a good time, to be honest. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Go on, Professor, you've got a minute. Oh, and also, don't get hit in the head by the trap. Make sure one of them is in front of you.
No, he's
Hey,
staying
Professor,
there.
what's your passive perception?
My passive.
It's pretty good, right?
Any
wait.
one?
Yeah, it's fine. You see that 13 trap.
Yeah,
I don't think you have to worry about it. Okay,
I would hope so.
so presumably you guys are doing this kind of part way down the corridor to the entrance just because you only got a minute and you don't want to maximize the amount of time Professor has in
Yeah.
case something goes wrong. We'll find out.
When
Yes,
something
like
goes wrong.
they cast the spell magic.
One of them just has true sight.
Hmm.
Let me
Alright,
just
over.
check the stat block I randomly pulled up for these slave masters because this isn't actually something I created. Nah, you'll be fine.
Over.
Amazing enough,
Okay.
slave masters don't have true sight. Alrighty then. Then Professor, drag yourself, or whoever's going with the Professor. If it's just the Professor, drag yourself onto the map as you approach the ogres. I'll get
It's
a
just
little bit
the
of information
Professor.
from you in a second.
Where's the entrance, by the way? Out of
Spend a
curiosity.
spell slot. It's vaguely here.
It is that entrance. Okay, I was checking.
You don't
It goes
really
off
have.
into a tunnel, so there is space and like a tunnel between the two maps, as there is for most maps, just because that way it gives a bit of sense of actual scale to it. But it's boring, useless tunnel that doesn't matter because it's not story relevant.
It just has some slightly chilly walls and pieces of ogre, possibly.
Yeah, and it kind of twists and turns for a little bit. I think it's about 500 feet of tunnel that connects the two caverns, as the mines are a little bit in. But Professor, wow, you've already sneaked past them so well.
Oh, sorry. I'm just
Actually,
using my
resize
phone.
you.
Yeah, I'm using my phone.
Oh, that's
so
fine,
I
I'll move
can-
you. You were enlarged, right?
Yeah, so it'd be enlarged, and yeah, So turn 1 would be me absorbing bonus action, keeping it for myself. Then I'd be enlarged, and then I'd cast it on myself because it doesn't affect my size.
Yeah, awesome.
And
okay.
I make myself look sufficiently injured. Yeah.
You've seen what Alvina did to the Oni. It's like,
yeah,
you know what the injured
yeah.
Oni looks like.
I know what an injured Oni looks like by now.
Remember, you're enraged right now.
Oh. No, they have regeneration. So maybe I've regenerated
Enough.
just up to above the point of raging.
Yeah, let's not have them. Let's not complicate this anymore.
Yeah, you come
More
imagine
complications.
charging out of the kind of entrance that I think I said something about either 15 to 20 radius because I didn't want it too big. The size of a jeep could get through it. That twists and turns, and as you kind of come out, and suddenly this entrance kind of expands out into this cavern that you see before you can hear the ringing of pickaxes against both kind of stone and occasional chip of an ore, as well as just kind of a murmur of kind of grunts and muffled kind of grumblings of dissatisfaction and aches and pains and a couple groans. It's a very kind of depressing atmosphere. You can kind of feel the subjugation in the air. And as you're kind of coming closer to this group of ogres, you spot them immediately kind of lounging about. They, two of them are standing up. One of them is kind of sitting down on the floor next to the caskets, kind of just pouring occasionally, picks up the entire casket and kind of pours it into his mouth. The two standing ones are kind of standing by the cannons, but they're kind of glancing around occasionally, but mostly looking at themselves. They don't appear to have noticed anything wrong. But as you kind of come running down, and are you trying to go on like a show of running down? Are you attempting to be stealthy in any way? How would you like to approach them? It'll depend on how quickly they see you.
I'm not being stealthy. I'm making it look like I'm bolting in their direction. I'm gonna wave an arm.
Calling out as soon as you see them, or are you waiting until you're closer to them to like say anything?
As soon as I see them glance in my direction, so they don't shoot at me, I'm gonna sort of wave my arm, and as soon as they sort of clock me, I'm gonna yell. No, I don't want them to chain reaction sort of yell to that guy. So 40 feet? 30 feet?
I don't think I just needed a rough flavor to know how they would react.
Oh, yeah, so I wave my arm and... Attack! By the Noid trap!
Yeah, that's fine. As you're coming at them, and they do...
army throws 3 of the guys. Oh, God.
As they clock you, they immediately kind of straighten up and scramble to their feet. There's an immediate kind of, oh shit, somebody of a superior status is shown up. As they all suddenly kind of straight back, pretend to be like actually doing their jobs. The guy who was drinking, like you see him scrambling to his feet, kind of pretending nothing's happened. He definitely was doing his job.
Oh, I get that with my insight.
They're ogres.
What's your insight?
16. Passive.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're ogres.
They're not subtle about this. They're like scrambling. Anybody with more than an 8 would get that. As they immediately scramble up, and what is the?
Then my tact might change.
The Oni King's status. Yeah, I'm just gonna go over the classic beat in the chest as they kind of beat their chest at your approach, almost in a salute.
Gladiator salute. Like,
Roman sort of salute.
yeah.
Yeah. I would imagine I'm knowledgeable of giants. So as I get there.
This would be Oni King Pacific, and I think this would be kind of the limit of what... Well, actually, give me a history check. You have done some connaissance on the Oni King, but it hasn't been directly involved in any of your past missions.
Study.
And you've been preoccupied with studying the people who are actually relevant to your missions.
No advantage.
Not for something like this.
Should not be on. History. Watch out.
Sorry, if you do roll advantage, I'm just going
Think you're good.
In your obsessiveness, you have studied at least kind of the basic military tenets around the Oni King and their salute. So you recognize this as the Oni King's kind of just very basic salute.
I return it. Under attack. The Noid trap. Go!
Give me a persuasion check at advantage.
I was trying to be deceptive.
Nope, they fully believe that you are who you say you are.
Oh.
You're too
This is actually a persuasion for something else.
Oh.
Damn it. Persuasion at advantage.
No.
That's a battery.
Really?
man.
What? You're gonna hit them with a battering ram.
Bam!
What did I
Ooh,
roll?
The
9.
perform 9 you got,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same modifier. Can we take the 21?
yeah.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah,
Thank you.
They look to
I'm
maybe
on my
be about
phone.
to kind of almost question, not necessarily you or question you, but maybe like provide a suggestion of something else. As they kind of look backwards towards the other side of the cavern that is just out of your line of sight, even with your greater line of sight. I'll just reveal it a little bit more. There's kind of some rocks and passageways kind of block off your sight a little bit. You can see.
Seeing them look in that direction, I'll say, I'll alert the others. Go deal with it. We'll back
As
you
they
up.
kind of immediately nod, because that's pretty much what you guessed correctly. They were essentially going to
They're
ask,
yes men.
should we go get like somebody more powerful? But they don't. They kind of stop. You put them in their place, and they just nod and immediately start chugging off down the passage. So yeah, as they start moving away from you and down the passage,
of opportunity.
what would you like to do? What would you like to do before you lose line of sight? Would you like to follow them or continue on?
Neutralize the cannons.
How far away are the party?
About 500 to 600 feet if they are set up right outside. And you're a couple feet into the cavern at this point. But the gap between the caverns is 500.
We'd be right where that the turn off is. Like there's a hard.
Then-
There was like the hard turn that we. That
Yeah,
I-
that's what I was imagining because it's a good ambush spot. So
Yeah.
you're probably about maybe 550 because you had to go a little bit into the cavern to talk to them.
How long?
My job was to secure the cannons.
yeah.
How long did it take me to get here, though?
Yeah, because that matters because the enlarge reduce and other things will disappear if he.
Depends entirely on your movement, but I had assumed you'd done this about maybe 100 foot from the exit, and the rest of the party kind of went backwards.
Yeah, Alvina can carry the rest of the party back if it if it really matters, and she's fast. So.
You can go 60 around, and it's a minute, did you say?
Yeah.
There was a
So
minute.
you get 10 rounds. So for 100, you're probably looking at 3-4 rounds, maybe 5. So I'm going to say at least half your time there.
Okay. I can't think of anything right now. My job was to secure the cannons. What noids are nearby?
Oh, you can see them on the map. I'm just going to use default, unless you want a ratio profile of all of them. You can see a group of them kind of towards the center here that are just kind of either carrying equipment or towards this cart or going to the various kind of what appear to be mining stations almost. They're pretty spread out. You can see all of them have these kind of thick iron chains around their feet that are tied together with just enough slack that they can like kind of move reasonably well, but you don't think they'd be able to run in them.
Mm-hmm.
And they've also got these chains around their arms, but they have a much more kind of give so that they could like swing a pickaxe.
It's just more to weight them down than actually like restrain
Yeah.
them. Those. Yeah.
Right.
They're not tied to each other or to any location.
I would like to examine the cannons while there are no any other ogres or Oni nearby, so that I know how they work. So that it doesn't just explode in my face. If more of them come by and I'm like, oh shit, kaboom.
What is it to study a cannon? Do you have weapons proficiency of any kind?
Let me see. I have. No, I'm a.
You're a caster, right?
I've got simple. Simple weapons, tinker's tools.
Tinker's
and
tools,
I'm
maybe.
well versed in ancient practices.
Tinker's Tools, maybe.
With Tinker's Tools, it'll at least allow you to make a check. It'll be
Yeah.
a slightly high DC. If you had.
And I'm an inventor background. What does that give me, actually?
I think you
Give me
can make
something.
it like an innate little object. I think that's what it does. Inventor, doesn't it? It's like you can make like a music box or something every so often. I think that's it.
I'll at least lower it to be an easy check, because you do have the necessary kind of knowledge. Go ahead and give me a investigation check.
Investigation. Contribution.
We'll say DC 13.
That's pretty easy.
Investigation check.
Yep.
I cannot fail.
Yay!
Beautiful. Then with your background and the fact you have Tinkerer's Tools, it gives you enough knowledge of how these are rudimentary cannons, how they would work. They look pretty old. You can see a little bit of rusting here and there, and they haven't done a particularly good job of like upkeeping them. So there is always the chance it might misfire if you rolled a critical failure. But apart from that, the mechanics of them are pretty simple. Of load a cannonball, or load some gunpowder, load a cannonball, light a fuse, go to town.
And it was me
What's the
thinking.
sort of
It was me thinking it'd be
reload?
like the Paul Cork cannons. It was like just a really powerful.
They would have to reload properly, and you would only be able to fire once as an action.
Oh, it's a once per round cannon. Okay.
It's a cannon.
Okay. I thought.
Cannon.
Well, it's a cannon. You know how long piratical cannons took to load? It was like a minute.
Do you know how long a D&D cannon takes to load?
Turn around.
A minute?
It's a minute. Well,
Oh.
it's not a minute. It's a round. It's an
around.
action.
Yep.
Hmm.
Because they
Even
balance loading weapons like so they're usable. Not
Even easier
pathfinding.
when you have someone who knows how to use them.
Yeah, not pathfinding usable, but they are usable.
Did
Even someone who's an expert at making them.
did they leave anything nearby on the ground?
Ale.
No, they don't have weapons. While there is a rack of weapons, they look incredibly rusty and not well kept. They also look like they haven't actually been used in a little while. There's obviously cannonballs kind of littering the place and whatever these two casks are, but you aren't seeing anything else. Actually, you know what? There might be some like a flint rock next to the cannon just to light it. Because they need
flint.
something. They can't innately light it, so there'd have to be something nearby.
Flint and steel,
Okay.
basically. That kind of thing. Or
The
tin
weapons,
box.
the weapons, while not great, they still look swingable, right?
Yeah, they'd still be functional. They
they-
just aren't particularly sharp. They'd be your very basic, like, long sword or short sword, maybe an axe here or there, a couple pickaxes.
Are they
Okay.
sized for giant creatures or
For noids.
not humanoids?
That's a great question.
It's a fair question.
Yeah, DM doesn't
Probably
consider
giants.
differences and sizes.
Could there be a healthy mix, so that if I wanted to say start a
You know what?
rebellion,
Just for that, they're all long. They're all great. They're all long swords and great swords that are ever so slightly larger than normal long swords and great swords, but also still pretty small for giants. They're the mega long great swords that you only ever see like strength 20 characters wielding.
It's
Ah!
like Cloud Sword level.
They are
Aw.
anime
It's
sized
a-
swords.
It's Lolkin's sword. It's the rocket powered great sword.
God damn it! I look around.
Grognar.
I look around for this universe's Lolkin and Grognar.
Oh god! Just the way
And
just posing in a corner.
As you look around, they're all dead. They all died long ago because
Yeah.
they're the
Aw.
first ones to rebel.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, yeah, that sounds about right for those two.
Yeah.
In their head, the professor thinks, "Oh, that guy could be. Oh, but he's been dead for years. Oh well."
There's just the rotting carcass of Millig, still hasn't quite given up yet.
I refuse.
As you look around, all the individuals look, while kind of malnourished, they do look like what's left of them is actually a decent amount of muscle, purely out of just the amount of physical labor they've been doing.
Yeah.
Not particularly strong as you'd expect someone who does physical labor to be, so definitely a healthy mix of intense labor, but also not enough nutrients to actually keep up a decent bulk, as well as at least one Loxodon.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
Elephant.
Well,
You look around for the largest person, you see a Loxodon carrying ore.
Now, I do know for a fact that there is an insider
here. There's an undercover agent, right?
It might be a Loxodon,
Yes.
apparently, by the fact that the only noteworthy one has been mentioned.
Yeah, yeah.
Just think
since-
Lockstone's noteworthy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would the
like
rebellion have any sort of tattoos, or would it solely be the hand gestures and the rebellion cant?
He has a headband that says Rebellion on it.
Would be
There's a
any
little golden-
tattoos that are
Where the
visible,
backwards are.
Yeah.
but there is definitely iconography as part of your rebellion cant. But you would need to spend time actually looking about, as from a glance here, even with your passive perception, you don't see it in this vicinity. And also, you only have like half a minute before your spells go down, so
Yeah.
you only have to take a quick glance.
I can't imagine I can do much. I'll just maintain the cannons, wait for my party member to back me up, and I'm gonna cast message at the Loxodon and say, "Be ready. The liberation has begun." But continue doing what you're doing for the time being.
Don't give anything away.
Don't give anything away. The liberation is at hand. We are
Oh,
from
yeah.
the rebellion.
Hey, he didn't freak
You
out.
other saboteur.
Oh God! Traitor.
You just get a one, and you just see Lockstone looking around, and then be like, "The rebellion! The rebellion is here! Guards! Guards!"
What?
I'm saying you don't see that.
You don't.
Oh,
Yeah, you missed that.
Yeah,
didn't
you kind of mumbled the if you'd gotten a 1, so it did take me a second to go, wait, that happens?
I heard that.
didn't
And I,
hear-
no, I heard
I
that,
don't
and I
think any have
assumed,
heard that.
I heard it, and then I heard him do it. I was like, wait, did he actually? Did I mishear? And did I say this
I
happened?
didn't hear the one. It's like,
Yeah, you see the Lockstone
He's
with a very
not the one.
quizzical, confused look on their face, not entirely sure what's happening. You kind of see them freeze in place. But with that, what are you going to do as you get towards the end of your spell? What was for the minute? The large and reduce?
And
Yeah.
one of the other
You've also
spells.
got guidance.
Guidance. That was
for
the
a
one that
minute.
was on. Yeah.
I can't think of what to do.
No, that's fair. You
Um,
have your disguise spell still up, the alter self, and that lasts an hour, I believe.
or yeah.
Yeah.
Elder Self.
So you're
last
only
one.
going to shrink. As you shrink, give me a charisma stealth check.
I could be a diminutive Oni.
Well, they do have
Charisma
shapeshifting
stealth.
Yeah,
ability,
that's
so it's not actually unreasonable.
Yeah.
It just depends on how good you are at like not freaking out as it happens.
Mhm.
How good
Do
are you
I-
at playing this off?
Do I have advantage?
You do not.
Right.
The fact that you were disguised is the only thing allowing you to do this.
16.
As you do it, you kind of maybe get out of line of sight of any of like the ogres or anything, and you look like you're kind of maybe like peeling over a cannon or something, because they are kind of, while they're large, they're small cannons for a giant.
Yeah.
They look like kind of just in like slightly larger normal cannons. You kind of peer meaningful at them as you shrink, almost as if you've shrunken down to get a better look, maybe.
Yeah. Right before I shrink, I kneel beside the cannon, and then as I shrink, I just steadily stand up, so that it appears I'm staying the same height. I'm intelligent enough to do that.
That's fair. I'll take it with a 16. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
As you do
That's
so,
fine.
let's actually switch screen back to the party then. As
Into the wall.
running into view, as you guys are all kind of in your position, prepared to either side, you've got your traps kind of set up in this area, mostly so that way I can just have the minis on the map.
Just a bit, having to assassin going, wait, we actually have to fight? No, that's bullshit.
I can't control Emmy. No.
I put my character in.
Just Emmy's stats here.
I put my character at the point
Yeah.
where you just put a character over the top of it. Dormy's underneath the.
Dormy's just been squished.
I just found out that Emmy is actually scary because it tells me the hit points of whatever it is.
I actually don't even remember what Emmy's hit points were.
100
damn.
and something. Yeah, 136.
This is good.
I am a shrub with more health than me. I'm happy.
I'm all out of second level spells, by the way, gang.
Good to know.
It's good. I can't misty step anymore.
I wish my potted plants had more health than me. Oh.
I think that plant might have more than double the health that I currently have. So we
Maybe
at
it's
least
getting close to.
Alvina might be the only person to look at something as horrifying as that and just go like, yes, this is friend.
Two of Alvina's pets have a lot more health than her. She has-
Alvina looked at Assassin and went, yes, this is friend.
Yeah.
Okay, now give me a rough idea. You were doing basic deck traps, right?
This is fair.
Yeah,
terms of saves.
basic, just like cave person traps, essentially.
That's fine. You
As
guys
basic as you
are
can get.
tier 2. I feel like you don't have the resources necessary to make this a deadly trap, so I'm going to make this a dangerous trap, though.
Yes.
So this will be 4d10 damage. But more importantly, I just want to see how likely these guys are to maybe survive a round or two. I don't think they'll win, since you guys will most likely get a surprise round. Although they are coming into a potentially known danger scenario. So we'll see if they fail for the trap or not.
They think the danger's up further, though, because they did say the trap.
They
not
do,
here.
which is why I was considering giving you a surprise, but I think I'll see if they fail the trap or not to decide that.
Okay.
If they
I assume
fail that, you'll
everyone's-
get a surprise round. If not, then they'll be immediately alerted to danger.
Yeah.
So, with that said, let me double check their saving throws since I'm using a pre-made stat block here. Do they gain any advantages or anything? Nope, so this will just be a flat deck save. And you did a 13, so I'm going to make the DC a 13.
Come on, big rock.
Alright, so they get a plus 4 to this.
Jesus.
Also,
God.
you'll find that Assassin takes a really big interest in making traps. Reactivating an old hobby.
One pass.
Okay, so as the first one comes through and your trap starts swinging into place, you see them bring up the 2 bracers of defense around their arms, kind of smack into the first trap and actually do a flip over it, landing down on their feet in a very, as the party would recognize in their adventuring days, a
Hero pose.
startlingly monk-like appearance.
Hogan Ninja.
Hero
As
pose,
the 2
hero pose.
ogres behind
Martial arts
them
adept.
don't gain the same luxury of actually being able to see the trap before it kind of starts swinging towards them, as the first only obscured it, and both of them are immediately smacked into with the trap.
Big rock just
He
presses.
did a hero landing. He did a hero landing. Did you see it?
It just imprints.
Not very practical, though.
Imprints the word bonk on their face.
I'm gonna cast message. It doesn't reach you, but for the memes, the professor speaks out into the void. I have sent the ogres on their way. They should be with you soon.
Also, Assassin's currently pointing out to Alvina that bonk is now spelled backwards on the Oni's face, as is the nature of stamps.
Damn. It works.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
write
you
it.
gotta,
I'll
you gotta
write it
reverse
backwards.
it next time.
I'll write it
Yeah.
backwards next time.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah.
But since I am a merciful DM, I'm going to give the 2 that got hit strength saves to potentially go prone.
Yay.
Since when?
Monk.
The fact that you're alive, James, for most of the campaigns until it's your choice.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's why. However, ooh, interesting. As one of them is immediately, the first one to get hit is immediately knocked prone from the sudden impact. Let's do a slippery image there. He's been knocked prone. But the second one, watching, kind of getting smacked in the face by the slightly slowed momentum, it having kind of been slowed a tiny bit by the first one, kind of like jumping over it and kind of gliding against it. But a lot of that impact going into hitting the first one. As the second one just takes grip off it from their face and just snaps the giant like log tree over their knee. Now I'm going to assume you use like one of the decaying trees, so it's not as impressive.
We used a big rock. We used the charisma rock.
Well, I used the charisma rock now.
Yeah.
As you watch them break the charisma rock in half.
Aww.
Charisma rock.
No, it was too
First-
handy to die.
Second fatality in the campaign.
Oh my gosh.
Never use minions as your traps.
Oh my gosh, Charisma Rock, we sent you into danger.
Does mean that we
I
can now
did
collect
this.
Son of Charisma Rock.
take
I
assassin.
You want
said
to
Wait,
that.
wait, no,
do shit
no,
in combat?
no.
They can die in combat.
I
Yeah,
Take the
said
professor
that.
instead.
let's-
Not charisma.
No,
He was
no,
so
guys,
young.
guys, it's okay. We now have 2 charisma rocks.
We have a few charisma rocks. We have charisma
More
pebbles.
pocket-sized charisma rocks.
We can have one each.
What are we
Charisma
gonna
gravel.
tell Charisma Rock's children?
Charisma rocks, children.
Charisma
Charisma
rocks.
rocks sacrificed themselves and
valiantly died in battle, striking a blow against the only king.
We
What
cut
they wanted
Slightly-
was-
we
because
cut
the latter
Slightly
two.
with you
Yeah.
to
Because
a
the latter two
massive
failed,
funeral.
they are going to be surprised and effectively, I'm going to say stunned. They're not mechanically stunned, it's just that's the English word. They are
Yeah.
going to be surprised
Shocked.
for the next round. But I'm going to have you all roll initiative just for that first round or two, just to get a rough idea of how well you could take them down, to see if a combat is actually necessary. So everyone, go ahead and roll me initiative, and the first
Ooh.
Thank you,
ogre.
Gwent.
Go ahead.
I say, the ogres go just after Alvina. I was swerved briefly for a moment there.
come on, assassin, bring her average up.
Get a natural 20, assassin. Get a 23, I think.
Just because while
Yes!
Yes!
My power!
Just bring her average up at least.
But he's a witch. Burn him.
I feel like this is obvious.
Well, I should be burnt.
Yes.
Yes.
we'll
I'm definitely
throw-
not taking this statement back. No, absolutely not.
We'll throw the professor over here just so the professor can have a round in case they need to retreat back to the party. It is unlikely, but professor, go ahead and roll me initiative for at least seconds. And we can flip back to you to see what you're doing as well. See if any ogres patrols come your near way.
Oh, I can go on initiative count Twain as a Twain.
Twain!
As a support if you want.
When
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I honestly
it's-
just like
it's
to do it because it
average.
gives me a reminder to actually switch back occasionally.
The
That's
professor
fine.
is here.
Like, yeah. You are here. Your
But yes,
party is
the
there.
first ogre slave master who kind of landed on their feet and with their 2 bracers of defense, kind of immediately starts glancing it down and getting into a fighting stance. It appears that they have they're not as unintelligent as you initially assume. Oh, wow, they've got a +4 wisdom. They have an 18 wisdom. They immediately know something's up. Assassin, it's your turn. It's obvious the ogres have detected your traps. What would you like to do?
Right, okay. What do I want to do? We're killing these lads, right?
Yep.
And these 2 are surprised.
Leave him edible.
How about
People
hunger?
Tenderize them.
Will I just hunger of Hadar?
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, yeah, like that vibe
Yeah,
for everyone.
put it.
yeah, sounds
Either
good.
that or Sleet Storm. What do you want?
Put Hunger of Hadar so it hits all of them, but leaves the space in front of him clear, so I can go beat the shit out of it.
That sounds good. Beat the shit out of them, and everyone else, if you have any pushback spells, just push them back into it. Cool, let's go. I'm gonna cast Hunger of Hadar. Let's do it. I will need a... Well, what is it? A 20-foot circle. What's that called? Sphere. There we
Sure.
go. I was like, what's the one where it's a circle, but it circle
Three-dimensional
all the way round?
A circle all the way around.
Yeah, it's a circle, but all the way around. It's not flat.
You know, a plump circle
And I
is
will
what I
need
want.
It's
a
a thick
dex save
circle.
for 14.
So, just about
That
there.
circle.
From
Get
the
them
left.
all. And
Yep, that's fine. It's a dex save, and
That's
Oh
hilariously,
my.
the one prone rolls a critical fail.
One of them saves, because the 14.
They have a +4.
Okay, so yeah, they'll save.
So the 2 of them saved, the critical one fails. And this is just the cold damage for now.
So cold damage when they start in it, acid damage when they end, I believe. I'll check.
Oh, yeah, so they don't actually take the damage at the start of their turn.
Yes, it's difficult terrain. Any creature takes 2d6. Starts its turn, takes 2d6 cold damage. Any creature that ends its turn must. Oh, actually, the cold damage is just they take that when they start their turn, but if they end their turn in the area, they have to succeed on this dex save or take acid damage. So they take
Okay.
the cold regardless.
But that won't be till the start of their turn,
Yep.
so we're going to do that afterwards, just because there is a chance it might impact if Alvina just kills one of them.
Also,
Yeah.
all creatures in the area are fully within the area are blinded.
So that'll just be for the back two, since the
Yeah,
first one's half.
because
and
no
half.
light can, magical or otherwise, can illuminate the area.
That's fine. Is that your turn?
I guess as a bonus action, I'll go hide.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do so. You do that. Alvina, it is your turn. It appears you're trapped
wow.
while having been a moderate success, hasn't been a full success. What would you like to do?
I'm actually running quite low on rages because I haven't had a long rest for a little bit. So I'm not gonna rage.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just rush that one. Just stay just outside of the Hunger of a Nut. And chop him to bits. Hopefully.
Alright, go for it.
I'm gonna reckless still though.
Let's find out.
28.
It does not matter what the hell this guy has. A 28 hits, and they take the full damage,
Nice.
which is 15, I believe. There we go.
Yep.
Takes it.
Second swing. 26.
26, again, similarly, just takes the full damage. You're beating into them, but they seem, just with the amount of fat on their body, while you're getting a good punch in, you can
They're
just see
padded.
yourself kind of punching in to a kind of massive flabby surface that's just, they seem to just have this natural kind of armor and kind of sponginess to them, just given their nature as ogres.
Yeah, it's
You
fair.
clicked the rage one.
Hmm?
Well, there, Jimmy.
What?
You clicked your you clicked your damage rage
Oh,
one.
I did. Lower the damage by
Oh,
3.
At 3. Alright.
It's because I'm used to clicking the rage one.
So it's a
Alright, is
14
there any other
instead.
attacks?
Third attack. 28.
28 hits, they take another 12.
And that is all Alvina's got.
Alright, at the start of their turn, they take the damage. Let me just see what this is. And that was 9 cold damage. They don't have anything against that, so they just immediately take it.
Mhm.
Let's see how wise they are to recognize the fact that, oh, this probably implies the Onis are dead. If the wild girl is now attacking them. So they do have a +4 here. They don't have any proficiencies or anything. That's fine.
No.
Okay, so the leader who's actually being impacted you, which makes sense because the other two, while they've been sprung into the trap, they haven't actually seen you because it's obscuring territory.
Yeah.
But the ogre who's able to see you and remembers the professor's description of a wild girl killing everyone.
One woman army, I think it was, wasn't it?
A one-woman army, because you're the only one you can see, is going to connect the dots with that 23 wisdom check and realize, oh shit, the one-woman army has bypassed and killed the Onis. Now, and the ogres know how powerful and how much more powerful those Oni brutes are to them.
This has gone better than I ever imagined. They're gonna kill Alvina or run away into my cannons that I'm loading right now.
They are going to shout out, and since I don't believe any of you have Giant or Tongues currently active,
Blue does.
Yeah,
a-
Blue does.
does Blue have it
Blue
active?
has tongues active, yeah, because
And that lets you understand as well, right?
Yeah.
The ogre, the front ogre slave master is going to bellow out. What would they call you? Because for language reasons, they don't actually have demon in their terminologies. What would a giant consider a threat?
Dragon?
Angelic spawn.
No, but you, because they're also looking at you, and you're very nature, but you're also annoyed. However, you're also infused with nature, and there is a nature celestial outpost.
I've got glowing green eyes as well, if that helps. Like, red tattoos, glowing green eyes, glowing swords.
Oh, carried woo.
I think I think they're just going to refer to you as the Banshee of Death.
Yay! I'll take that.
Yeah.
Alvina,
The Banshee
Professor
of
of
Death.
Fear.
She's more. Oh, she
She's
already
real?
killed the Oni. She already killed the Oni. We're next. Retreat.
Sage.
Look at it, understanding this, just sniggers quietly to himself.
He is going to take a Actually, he's got quite a bit of health, and I think dashing is more important here. You know, he's gonna provoke an opportunity attack.
Yep.
He's not bloodied yet, so I don't think while you're powerful and he considers you powerful, he doesn't think you can kill him. Potentially, but we'll see.
17.
Ooh.
Might miss because
As he's turning around. Actually, this is just from his defense. He doesn't even have to use his.
Yeah.
You actually see him almost kind of with that kind of angelic monk-like ability. You actually see him kind of twist out of your way and flip over himself into an upright position, facing away from you, into the darkness, and then you see nothing else. You just hear the sound of feet heavy against the ground. You hear a little bit of a crashing, kind of some muffling, kind of scrapping across the ground. So let's actually go ahead, and he does have advantage on this.
Oh yeah, he's walking into a blindness zone actually, which is difficult terrain as well.
Ooh, is it difficult terrain?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hungry Hadar is difficult terrain and it's completely blindness while in it.
That's fine. I'm too worried about that just because they have okay survival.
I was wondering if I'm
but
tripping over the others, to be honest.
I know that as well, because that one's actually just to see if you can persuade the other two. So let's go ahead and give this guy. Yeah, that's fine.
Nice.
He has a 21 with that.
Yeah.
But the 30 feet matters, so that is 10, 20, 30. The other two are going to scramble to their feet, but that takes half their movement. And while they're able to get a little bit further ahead, just how far back they are, they still had to scramble up, and they are still partially in it, so they are only going to get like an extra 15 feet further than this guy. But that does put them just kind of at the entrance of the tunnel. They've not made the hard right yet, but technically you also don't know this.
Yeah.
That was... was that Elvina's turn? Yes, it was, wasn't it? That was the Ogre Slave Master's turn. What was the radius for Hunger of Hadar?
20 foot.
20 feet, I think.
20 foot radius?
Yeah.
Okay, they'll all still be in it, so they are going to have to make a save for the acid. What was the save for the acid, Kaylee?
14.
Dex 14.
Yeah.
It was a dex. Okay.
Yeah, that's all. That's all good.
The one of them makes it for a 15. The others fail. And that'll
Okay,
be
so
the
that's.
second.
I guess it would be back up in the chat for the acid. I can do it again
No,
though.
they don't actually move. They're surprised. They won't move till next round.
It's 5 acid
So
damage.
they're still just there. But they are still going to take that. And that was 5 acid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do I roll that for each round, or is it just a flat?
I'll
A
leave
9
it to
and
you.
5.
Technically, you can roll it if you'd like to roll.
I mean, it's 2d6, so like there's a
Five's pretty
chance
high.
of it getting much higher. But
If
5
they
is pretty
make it,
good
do they
already.
take half or they take none?
They take. It doesn't say they take half, so I'm assuming it's an all or nothing.
Well, okay, that's fine. But they are out of sight. As... I'll move that.
There's another one here.
Yeah, there's about 5 there. They are out of sight as they have gone into the Hunger of Hadar, but you can drop that whenever you would like. I'm pretty sure it's a free action, unless it says otherwise in the spell. Gwent, it is your turn.
It doesn't. It doesn't say, so it should be a free
Yeah,
action.
then it'll just be to drop your concentration.
Anyone can just tell me to do that if you want to do something. So let me know.
It's alright, I can see.
The bench.
Yeah, we're
yep.
fine. It's everyone else. The two warlocks. This is a perfectly comfortable situation for us both.
Magical
You can see.
darkness.
But Gwent, you have probably been informed by Lou that they're retreating and the fact that they've just ran away.
I would
Oh.
have also telepathically said to Gwen that they're scared of Alvina.
Most things are scared of Alvina.
I was gonna
You
say, I
whisper
feel like that
back
one's a
like
given.
We've got 12.
To be fair, the ogres
With a
did run.
telepathic laugh as well.
The ogres ran round the corner, got attacked by Alvina, screamed something ineligible, and then ran away. I think we can guess that they're scared of Alvina.
So yes, Gwen, what would you like to do?
Well, unfortunately, I can't see see them, so I can't do what I was gonna do.
Ask Assassin to drop it.
Yeah, they don't have to drop
Yeah, but
concentration on their turn.
yeah, but if Lou and Assassin can actually see through it, is it worth just keeping them in it for a little bit?
They might know their way back easily enough.
Oh, it's where they'll gain advantage on any attacks or anything because the ogres can't see.
Yeah, and also it's difficult terrain, so they will have difficulty getting out of it. So they'll at least be slowed down a bit.
Well, only for the round. They already started running out of it this round, so they'll definitely make it out next round.
Yeah, and
Just
but
because it's only
also,
like
do they
20
know? Did they do survivals to get out of it?
The one who wasn't surprised did, yes, and they made it for 21.
Good. Just checking, cause they blind boys now. I gotta take advantage of all of that.
That's fair.
I will move up just here, and I will hold a cantrip for when I can see an ogre.
Okay, that's fine.
Nice and easy.
Alrighty then. The point. It is your turn.
I'm also going to just sort of move forward to the corner, peek round, and hold a cantrip for when I can see an ogre.
No, that's fair. Any preference for what you'd like to do with a support round, and we'll go to the professor in a moment.
Assassin,
I feel like I can
vicious
see where
mockery.
this
Someone.
one's going.
Hold a cantrip until we can see an ogre.
Assassin, vicious. No, assassin. Fuck you. Vicious mockery is one of the ogres.
Vicious mockery at the void, yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
Okay, no, that's only melee attacks you can force.
Is Susie's attack a cone or a...
Line.
That is a line.
Ah, never mind.
Like she can shoot in there.
Yeah, she's still trying to get one of them.
She also can't see.
Yeah, Susie's too far back into the trigger.
No, she could. She could get around the corner and take a shot, but
Oh,
It's a
yeah,
little
she
bit
could climb the walls.
Oh, that's 6. Oh well.
But-
Anyway, what were we doing for a support round?
I think fuck you, vicious mockery out of nowhere is very funny.
Vicious mockery out of nowhere. All right, fair enough.
Just whisper like, my name's Big Toe, stab, stab.
My name's Big Toe. What's your name? No, Big Toe.
His name. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Just introduced yourself as
No,
Bigger
he's-
Toe.
My name's Big Toe. If you survive, tell your people that Big Toe did this to you.
Vicious mockery doesn't add a modifier. Does this mockery add a modifier normally?
No,
I think it does something. Doesn't
it's
it?
just D4s.
Is it just D4s?
Yep.
Okay. That is 6 psychic damage.
They have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
They do, and also their support action isn't actually just Vicious Mockery. It is I had a name for this.
Spiteful mockery.
It's Vicious Alliance, where they do 3d4 damage, but they also gave a d4 inspiration die to an ally nearby
Ooh.
as part of the action. So Alvina, have a d4.
Yay!
It's a standard Bardic Inspiration die. You do whatever the hell Bardic Inspiration die already does. And I'm just going to throw 6 damage onto this one and then put circle back. Okay. And they have disadvantage on their next attack, but to be fair, they're also running away. As we go back to the Professor real quick, just for a little check-in. As you're currently looking at the cannons, it's been a maybe couple rounds since they had to go all the way down the tunnel before this happened. So this is probably after, since you got to there about half a minute. This would be just after a minute, just after you'd kind of shrunken down. As with your passive perception, you can hear just ever so slightly because it's over 500 feet away, and there's mining equipment and like the sounds of ringing pickaxes around you. But even then, you can still hear the slight scream of Alvina attacking things.
I wonder who she is doing. Load cannon. Load some gunpowder. Tin, 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 tin. Yes. And I point that one at the entrance where the ogres are going to come. And I prep
set up the
next one. Yeah. Nice. I prep up one cannon, and then I begin moving and pushing the next one into position to look down that tunnel as well.
You do so.
I really hope they're going to hit the ogres and not my party.
Your turn, what would you like to do?
I should be able to see them if I move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have ghostly vision or
yeah, I've got devil's sight.
Yes.
I'm presuming Dare will be fine without hitting any allies.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys are proficient enough with each other to know to like shoot over shoulders and to move ever so slightly out of line of sight and turn sideways.
I will Eldritch Blast the most injured one.
Yes, I'll be the
if
one
there
who's
is
actually
a
wasn't surprised. I'll be the one Alvina attacked in the middle. You can see a couple.
Slash.
No, you can't really see many bruises yet, just because the bruises were on the front, and you can't really see their back. But one of them is actively kind of moving and running away from you, and looks like a great target. Go for it. You would have advantage on these because they cannot see you, but you can see them. So you count as an unseen attacker.
Oh, no.
Daka, daka, daka.
Yeah, I almost had advantage in armor Agathis.
Ah yes, the classic advantage armor of Agathis.
28.
28. You blast that force damage into them, and they take the full 14 of force damage.
Damn.
Still not bloodied yet, though.
It's alright, I
What
got
do for your second attack.
another rails.
Because you don't actually get a choice. You get to do a second edge attack.
We'll do the second one. Is that advantage as well?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
They haven't gained dark vision between your two attacks.
You've attacked them so hard that they've actually gained dark vision.
I can see the beam.
I can see the second laser coming.
God, 20. The same again.
Consistent.
You blast into them. But I believe you only get 2 attacks, so you're only tier 2.
Yes.
Is there anything you'd like to do with your bonus action? I mean, you're a warlock, so probably not, but...
No.
Who knows?
Tell Alvina that they think that she's a banshee.
I still don't actually know there's anyone else attacking.
Yeah, Alvina's just this monster that can shoot lasers out of her eyes.
Oh. It's a shame they're not going to survive to tell the story. Zormir, it's your turn.
Let them live just long enough for them to scream it to the room.
Yes. Going to cast Expeditious Retreat and start chasing that guy and see how far past I can get to chase it. I'm gonna skirt the Hunger Adar down this side and go after that guy.
Fortunately, I think it actually kind of encompasses the tunnel entrance, so you will have to go through it. However, I'm also pretty sure it doesn't do damage unless you end your turn in it.
Alright, so...
Does it say anything about when you enter it, Kaylee?
No, it's only starting and ending your turn. The only effects that you'll be under the pressure of is the fact you can't see anything and it's difficult terrain.
Interesting. So you can pass through it with no effect.
Yeah, it's only if you start your turn or end your turn.
It's fair. You can pass through it with no effect.
Because I would use my action as well.
Before you do that, you want to get Assassin to drop it so you can just attack and run, and that way...
but would I make it to the guy?
Also, well, I don't know what you're going to do. I assume you're going to shoot in the back of the head.
I can't shoot. The
10,
problem
20,
is I'm
30.
reduced to melee now, so I have to run at them.
They're definitely more than 30 feet away.
And remember, people are holding their action to cantrip at them, so we would want them to still be in line of sight for that. So I can drop it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they won't be starting or ending their turn in it now, surely.
They'll be starting because they're currently in it, but they won't be ending it.
Yeah, which means they'll take at maximum 12 cold damage, but whether that's worth it or not in comparison to like 3 cantrips and a bonk, probably not.
Okay, I'll run and shout, I can't see! Drop that!
And I'll drop it.
So I'm starting here. I need to see if I can actually reach the... in there. 28 there. And then for 30, I'll go for the one who's on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, technically the one who goes down is this one. The one with the thingy one.
Okay, I'll run at him.
The south guy went prone.
So he's on the ground.
Mhm.
That'll give me advantage to attacking him.
It will be, yes, because you use expertise to use your bonus action to get there, and you have advantage on your melee attacks.
Okay. And
As you blast into the sky.
dab.
Yeah, way too many tabs open. You hit for, doesn't actually matter, but roll for flavor anyway.
Okay. D4. And necrotic.
As
You go radiant.
this black
Radiant.
energy rippling.
That's actually radiant. Necrotic's
As
one.
you can see, golden energy rippling through their body.
A
Let's
dark
see.
golden.
You can see their skin beginning to crack from the energy. Go ahead and make your second attack. Let's actually close all these goddamn tabs.
And what do we get for flavor? We get
4.
necrotic.
That's force, isn't it?
Force attack on him.
As not only is the skin beginning to crack open, kind of peeling away almost like a bad sunburn, as you blast radiant damage into it. As the radiant damage begins to kind of fade off, you suddenly blast this massive amount of force damage into them and crack that skin open so blood starts to seep out as you have bloodied him.
Nice.
Move, everybody!
Is that your turn?
Yes. Bonus action. Action. And I've shouted at people. Move.
It is now your support round. You can do anything except your assassin. Not assassin, Fukyu. God.
Should we do our held actions now?
Oh, and yes, as the thing goes down, technically it would have gone down before Zormir's attacks, but go ahead and do your held actions. If you're all doing ranged, I'd assume you just want the one in the center who is moving away.
Yep. And you need to make a dex 17.
Dex 17, I believe they had a +4, so that's a 7, they fail.
Good. So
damage.
you take 13 radiant.
Nice.
Similarly, their skin begins to crackle at the back as blood starts to weep out of them as you have bloodied it.
It was bloodied, and then Zome re-bloodied it.
As the point similar, you hitting into the central one.
Yep, that one.
As the first one kind of blasts the ogre out, you kind of see them almost stumble forward as they glance back over their shoulder, and as your firebolt comes towards them, you actually see them do a twist mid-air as they fling themselves towards the floor and actually kind of roll mid-air back onto their feet, having avoided the attack.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
18
Good for them.
monks. +4 dex, +4 wisdom monks. So 18 AC, annoyingly.
With some golden bracers of
Oh,
defense,
fair
don't forget.
point. Yeah, I forgot about them.
AC 20.
20.
The point says, well played.
Yep.
That's right, guys. We've got some monk slave masters over here.
How much you gonna check? Does
Gwent's wounds just get corduroys now.
Abigail forced me to attack.
Yes, as Abigail comes forward and just pumps her halberd into the air. Go, Zormir!
Bang!
Take out the slave masters!
Crit!
Oh!
The rebellion begins! Oh god!
Bang!
I don't think it's quite enough to kill him, but dear god, that would be great.
Yeah, if I'd rolled better, it would.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty mediocre roll, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because my last one was a 34 and 33. I got 2 in the 20s.
You just see Abigail getting almost a little bit too excited. Rebellion!
What? Stab!
As it becomes apparent, Abigail really hates slaves masters.
I mean, so does Almeida. It's great.
But that is the sport assassin. It is back to you.
What? Okay, so
'Cause you're
where
first.
where be everyone? Where be thing? I wasn't paying attention, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
One of the
Uh,
ogres
5
was
minutes
running
ago.
away, but is too slow to actually make it into the tunnel, so is still kind of running towards the tunnel, incredibly bloodied. There's one on the floor who'd been knocked prone. That's now just a bloody pulp. Still alive, but just barely. And there's one who was kind of standing there holding the charisma rock in their hands, broken in half, who was surprised and is still kind of just looking up, looking at their allies, and still just catching on to what's happened.
He's just holding
I
the rock,
cannot-
looking down at the rock, looking at us, looking down at the rock.
You can see the
Looking
broken
sad.
smile still on the rock's face. What would you like to do?
Oh my gosh, my boy. I want an Eldritch Blast.
Can the
How
professor
dare they?
cast mending on the rock?
Potentially, yes.
I'm gonna Eldritch
I can
Blast.
cast mending as an action. I can mend that rock on my next turn if we want.
It takes a
Yeah,
minute. It takes a minute.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
So I have a magic
Yeah,
item that makes
Chris.
mending an action.
Really?
We're gonna have the
Jesus
charismatic
Christ.
rock.
I need
as
to get
the,
one of those. Too.
Where,
Assassin
where the
wants a
fuck is
pet
Eldritch
too.
Blast?
Yeah, Alvina's not the only person in the party getting pets. We're getting a fucking rock now.
A
The
charismatic
25
one.
hits. Roll for
Yay.
damage. Unfortunately, the 10 does not.
It's called Dwayne.
5.
5 as the first one smacks into them and they take the damage, but you see them begin to lift their hand and protect their face with the half of the rock, and your
Oh.
aim is thrown off.
You
Oh, that
curve
bastard.
it away so it doesn't
You're
hit the rock.
using them as a shield. You can like this is play for play how assassins reacting, like full on like how dare you energy.
That's Alvina. Is your turn.
The hunger of her is completely gone, right?
Yep.
Go on, I've got an idea. Alvina's got an idea then. She's going to sheathe both her swords. She's going to run forwards at the one that's running away.
Okay.
Shoulder barge.
No, she's going to grab him and hit the one that broke the rock with the other ogre.
Fair.
Okay. Whoa, this guy's athletics. It is going to be a grapple check if you want to try and use him as a weapon.
Yep.
Okay, this guy actually has a decent athletics. I want to see how this plays
I'm not
out.
raging as well, so I don't have advantage.
All right, the DC to beat then, and you do have to beat it.
Yeah.
Is 13.
25!
Unfortunately, even with that plus 8, they actually kind of almost rival you.
Yeah, they're almost as strong as me.
Plus 9.
Even with that plus 8, they're just unfortunately having been bloodied and having kind of blood pouring down their skin. They are a little bit disoriented as you're able to grab them and then just whack them into the next guy.
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll me.
I have proficiency
just
with
roll me an attack.
people. I have proficiency with people.
Yep, we have established this previously. It's kind of a thing. It will take one of your attacks to grapple them and another to whack, but I will do damage to both the object, or both features being hit.
Yeah, I will, because it's the normal roll, I'll use my amethyst sword just so I don't have... I need to put person in. But I'll just use it for just for the 2 hit and you can tell me what damage to roll after. That was only 15.
Technically misses, because it's a DC 20.
Yeah. And what did I do?
Fortunately, you're kind of getting used to throwing people of large size. You're used to medium-sized creatures. That you just kind of
Oh wait,
over swing a little bit.
Wait a minute, I forgot. I was recklessing that. Of course, I was recklessing that.
Then go recklessly.
23.
Attack.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
23 does hit as you kind of over swing and then realize I can just pull it back and like double back swing it into them. Go ahead and roll me 2d12 bludgeoning.
Roll plus strength.
Plus strength, yes.
2d12 plus. Oh, that was a really low roll, but 14 damage.
14 damage, as I'm going to apply that to both ogres.
Yeah. And
But that is your 2 attacks if you want to use a bonus action.
that wasn't my 2 attacks, that was the advantage on the first attack.
Oh, I meant it was an attack to grapple and an attack to hit.
Ah, fair point. I'm not technically dual-wielding this ogre. Unfortunately.
No, I feel like at that point it's too far.
That's what I was like, yeah, I don't think I pick up the second ogre. No.
And now I'm dual wielding.
Smash.
Can I just, like, throw him?
Yes, but unfortunately it's not going to do any damage.
Yeah, just, like, throw him
You could
the
do it
other
from
direction, like, towards the party, essentially.
Everybody roll a dex save.
Because they are a quite strong strength and dex, and apparently wisdom monkish creature, they are going to be able to land on their feet, so they won't go prone.
Yeah, I'm just, like, bashing one of them and then hurling it away.
But with that, if that's you, I'm going to put it onto the ogre's turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crack her
Okay.
knuckles and her neck, basically.
Surprise last time, so you can see that this ogre is looking particularly kind of panicked and worried, not entirely sure what to do here. Let's go ahead and give him. Ooh, they are bloodied. Their onions have been killed. Alvina, give me an intimidation check.
Can this be a strength
let's go.
intimidation check?
Yeah, give me a strength intimidation. It will just be a flat roll because
Yeah.
they are inherently loyal, but it'll set a DC for their charisma save effectively.
Okay, I don't have any advantages or
13.
anything. But, yeah, 13.
Now this will just be flat. Okay, so 13 DC here to see if you can break their morale.
Come
And
on.
since while they are loyal and aggressive, you have demonstrated
don't
you've
wanna
killed them
die.
wisely. Unfortunately, the slave masters are not as strong in spine as the bikers were.
Oh,
This
They
one is.
are still. They're still kind of egotistical and arrogant species, and they aren't going to let themselves go down without a fight. They don't want to die, but maybe they can at least try and delusion themselves into thinking, maybe she's not as powerful. Sure, she killed all our bosses, but maybe we can defeat her.
Yeah, we're better than them. We get promoted this way.
And more importantly, I actually get to. They've not actually attacked at all yet, so.
Yeah.
Let's have the slave masters fight back. Now, you did go reckless, but
Yeah.
even though you went reckless, they are bloodied. This isn't a feature of them blooding, but they do have reckless themselves.
Ah, fair.
So they are going to go reckless against you. Well, attacks against it, that's fine. And this is an unarmed strike with a +9
Nice.
for only a 17 to hit.
Meats. Damn it.
oh.
Yeah.
And this is +5, so they're going to deal 10 bludgeoning damage to you.
She doesn't move. She doesn't even twitch.
And since you are a creature that... Not just if the target is a creature. Okay, fair. Ooh, damn, that's... Okay, that's actually going to be fun. Give me a Constitution saving throw against the stunned condition.
Ah, that's a stunning strike, right? Oh, nice. 17.
17.
17 succeeds.
She,
And
he,
there's no resource on this.
he
Ooh.
punches her in the face, and she doesn't even move in any way. It's like punching a wall.
However, it does get 3 attacks, so a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
As it punches into you for another 8 bludgeoning, and I'm going to need another Constitution saving throw. What's their speed like? No, they've only got 30. That's true.
Oh, 12.
Oh.
As unfortunately, you feel your body begin to siege up as
Now
the
Destiny.
ogres.
I'll destiny that.
Oh, you're gonna destiny that?
Yeah,
All right.
this is, if nothing else, this is just intimidation more.
As you're trying to swirl death.
Oh.
Bang!
what? That's so good. I'll just let you auto succeed on the next one.
Yeah.
You just nat 20 on a destiny roll.
Yeah.
As it does hit you again, you will take a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
For 8 more bludgeoning, but you automatically succeed on the next stunning strike.
Nice. Yeah,
Alright,
she's using every fibre of her being to just stay. It's like it's hurting because she's not raging, but she's just every fibre just to stand dead still and just take the punch without twitching, essentially, just staring him down.
let's see here, they're not actually monks though, they just have monk's ability, they don't have a bonus action dash or anything, so they aren't able to get to the rest of the party. So I think the one next to you with the rocks, while they would like to dash into the party, I think is just going to attack Alvina. And this one isn't bloodied, so it's not going to go mindlessly reckless. It kind of sees that you're open from your own recklessness, and it's just going to attack you with just advantage from your own reckless there.
Yep.
Is it to you for a 23?
Yeah, that hits.
As it deals 13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I'm just going to attempt to stun you, but I'm just going to keep your nat 20 in effect here.
Hey, I'm taking a lot of
Take a
damage.
roll of that. So 19 to hit into you,
Still hits you.
as it deals another 8 bludgeoning damage, and then another hit there for 12 more bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
So an extra 20 there. And the one who was prone is going to get up, and seeing their allies fighting, is going to focus in on Zormir. And Zormir, you didn't have anything for advantage or anything, so this one is going to go reckless against you.
Okay.
Is there any reason that you would impose disadvantage on it, or anything else I should do before I roll for the attack?
Well, you're good.
Alright, then it's going to come in here for a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And it's going to deal 7 damage, 7 bludgeoning damage, and... No, I'll save that for the last attack. It's going to attempt to stun you for a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Hilariously, this might have been like the enlarged reduced breaks a lot earlier than you expected. Oh god.
Oh!
I think it's time for the Destiny.
Okay, let's see if Destiny can also make you immune.
Yeah.
Not quite. But
Doesn't make you immune to all the future ones, but does save you on this one.
And I'm going to hit him with expend my reaction.
Bonk shield.
Yep. Not come 15 feet back.
Did you use your reaction, or have you gotten your reaction back since the support round?
I've
No, it's
not
been
using
his
my
turn.
reaction.
You did it to punch the
you
guy.
did have to use it for Abigail's attack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then, no, I don't have my reaction then.
And
So I can't do that.
Unfortunately, you're going to get hit again for a 19 to hit.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, as you miss that,
Shield up.
Yep, that's fine. It goes in for its third attack for a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
That hits.
As it's going to do 13 bludgeoning damage. And I still think the stun is the better of the 2 effects here, so just because they're not trying to get away anymore. Yeah, let's go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw.
I'm assuming it's push the other one. Right.
that's a bit
It's
better.
knocked prone.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately, it's a DC 16.
Ouch.
Oh!
As you begin to seize up, even through your armor, it seems to have managed to punch perfectly into points in your armor that your armor kind of impacts you and manages to seize you up for the turn. The next round, until the creatures, until the ogre's next turn. Ooh, does that actually
go-
continue? That's really powerful.
Yeah.
The next round, the target must attempt to make another save, remaining stunned on a failure.
Yeah, stunning strike's crazy good.
Well, this one's a modified version.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on our chat whilst I'm waiting to be needed again.
Alright, fair.
We had
That
a
is
bot
the
invasion.
ogre's turn there, attempting to fight back. Gwent, it is your turn.
As much as I do want to hear, Alvina, how badly do you look?
I'm down 61 health.
You got 61 health left.
No, I've got 37 left. I mean, it's pretty fucked up now. She's putting on a very brave face, but there's a lot of blood.
I still think it's a better option just to move forward. And I'm going to cast Bane on all three of them.
That's fair. I make charisma check saves, right?
Yep.
Alright, what's the DC?
17.
With their -1, they all fail.
Yay!
Ooh. So at least they may not hit you as much.
Yeah. They're probably going to.
Poison on them.
Go and cast
Okay.
yourself on those ogres.
More importantly, that does saves as well. Gwent, is that you?
Gonna move back. Like, I tried to help, and then I'm back.
Alright, then the point, it's your turn.
Okay. So the point will step down a little bit. Just here and just shout out, presenting the one, the only, Alvina Alalor! And give 2 finger guns, one at Alvina, one at an ogre. With the one at Alvina, give Bardic Inspiration.
Ooh, thank
With the one at the ogre, cast Firebolt.
Haha. Which one's your bardic inspiration again? Is
D6.
yeah, it's the one that I've enabled TP.
I rolled 17 again.
Oh, come on! Jeez.
At least it wasn't 17 damage.
Just
Yeah.
misses by like 3.
Just unlucky.
Oh.
It's real unlucky.
As I believe that's you.
Yeah, that's me.
Alright, you guys have a support round. What would you like to do?
We don't have a heal support
Uh.
option, do we?
Not
Would any, of
anymore.
their,
Nope.
would any of their damages push my concentration check higher than a 10?
That's a good question.
Uh,
Because I need to do
no,
for
they-
the-
no, they only do a D8 plus 5. They can't actually go above 20.
I just need to see if my expeditious retreat dropped.
So it would be a minimum of 10 for all of them. And you only took 2 attacks.
There's the nat 20.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll another one?
Nah, not 20 seems fine. You're good there. For support rounds, you can either have Fuku show up and do another just laughing at the ogres, or you can do one of your Hydras blasts in one of their faces.
Susie!
You see Susie crawling along the walls. Alright, I do think this is a dex save,
It is, yes.
but they do have a negative d4 to it.
Yep.
They don't have any advantage or anything on this.
She can hit
That's fine.
2 of them, so...
That's fair. You can get a decent thing over there. The other one is also going to similarly have the same thing. As both of them fail, go ahead and roll damage.
So roll 46, I believe. Oh, 48. 16 damage.
All right, they both take 16 damage.
Good girl.
That is them. Lou Grim, it is now your turn. 2 of them are looking particularly bloodied. The one to the north is looking good. Oh, let's go back to the professor there. You're right.
Professor.
Repping accountant, just like I do.
Professor,
Like an
roll
oldie,
me a
just
fake
like
die.
you.
Let's see what happens.
Oh no. Oh,
Self-destruct. All the cannons.
I really hope not.
If I
Keep
did
on
real bad.
4.
Oh, that's bad.
As you were playing around with the cannons,
I wasn't
an
playing.
ogre-
I was loading.
You feel the presence of some eyes on you as you glance back to seeing one of the ogre slave master patrols coming your way. As he kind of looks down at you, is there anything you'd like to do before he speaks?
Throw the cannonball at him.
No, just... You're a
I'd like
superior.
while I'm kneeling. Where the bloody hell are the... where you? I called for reinforcements 10 minutes ago. Get down that tunnel, there's a one-woman wrecking machine. Come down there, destroying half my crew. I'm preparing these fucking cannons. Get down there now! By the only king I command!
A persuasion or intimidation check at advantage.
It's probably going to be intimidation.
Yeah, but it sounds intimidating, right?
It does sound intimidationary. Oh, cool. Yep. Come on. At advantage. It's really difficult to do this on your phone, you know.
Yeah.
Intimidation. What's that?
11.
What's that? 11. 8 o'clock. I'm gonna fate diet.
I was about to say, not necessarily is it a bad thing to just have it, considering we're apparently having trouble with these guys.
Yeah, intimidation. What's up?
There we go.
18.
18.
Oh, yes, sir.
Slowly
We
send
couldn't
them
see for a
down.
while.
This is the way. We're just gonna meat grinder them slowly.
Hey, that was. I'm just doing. If anything, you guys should trust me more. This was my job. Send the ogres down the tunnel to you guys while I prep the cannons.
Yeah.
I'm doing exactly
Actually,
what I said. I'm like a machine. I'm following instructions and input orders. So you cannot get angry at the machine for doing that.
Oh, Luke Rivet, is your turn.
I'm gonna cast Mind
Who's
Sliver.
gonna die?
entirely possible.
What am I making for Mind Sliver?
It's int save.
They're the one on
17.
me. They're the one who stunned me.
And on that
Ooh,
slapped
17. What's your DC?
my DC is 17.
Ah,
Well, unfortunately, it makes it. Was that a cantrip or a spell?
Cantrip.
yeah, it passed.
Then no damage to this one. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Uh,
You can move, bonus action.
I mean, they're warlock. What bonus actions do they have?
I don't know.
Hex!
Sorcerer as well.
Hex and Misty Step.
Yeah.
It's like, what do they have? Hex or Misty Step with? There you go, look at it.
Let's see. It says it's prone for or be stunned until the end of the monk's next turn. The next round, the target must attempt another save. Interesting. That doesn't actually say when in the next round. You know, I'm just going to ignore that and assume it works like a regular monk's thing, where it's just until the end of the monk's next turn, and then you have to make more saves if it hits you again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I assume that's what it means with next round. If it hits, it has to make another save.
Stunning. I'll just look it up. It's a weird.
Oh, I know what stunning strike does.
Oh right, yeah, the different one. Fair enough.
I've played many a monk. There's just a weird wording on the stat block I'm looking at.
Okay.
But Zormir, you are stunned, unfortunately, until the end of the monk's next turn. Yeah, what are you thinking about as you're just stuck there?
Guessing I can't do any actions or anything.
Nope, unfortunately, that's the downside of stunned. You pretty much lose your turn.
Stunned is brutal.
You can also only talk falteringly. With garbled, slurred speech.
Do you just moo?
Falteringly, you move
Oh,
falteringly.
in deep speech, I'm cursing this damn thing out.
That's fair, that's fair. You guys have another support round. What would you like to do?
Or Salvina to strike someone.
Yeah. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's fair. Abigail runs forward. No, Zormir! Can't let the rebellion die! Need reinforcements! Helvina, attack!
Helvina, get him!
Which one would you like to attack?
The one that I've mostly pommeled.
Alright, go for it.
Damn it.
Oh.
Unfortunately, you just the process of having to take back out your weapon or like hand a weapon after attacking with an ogre
Yeah, fair.
just knocks off your throw a little bit. Assassin, it's now your turn.
Ah, shit.
Assassin, do I need to start preempting your turns?
Yeah, you absolutely do.
That's fair.
I guess I just Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, go
Is
for
that
it.
fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the thing I can do.
That is the
Yep.
thing you can do. Roll for
Only
attack.
thing you can do.
Shoot him.
Shoot him.
Daka.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
Unfortunately, both missed though.
Well, I
As
hide.
You hide. Oh, did you hide last round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a 6 though.
Okay, you hide again. Okay,
There we go,
next
this is
round,
better.
your first attack gains advantage.
Yeah.
As they have a passive of 14. Alvina, it is your turn and you were not stunned. What would you like to do?
You know what? I'm gonna get angry because I've also now realizing the press is gonna keep sending us more. So actually, it might be worth it. But also they've pissed her off. So Alvina's gonna rage.
As Alvina has had enough of this. These ogres did not die as easily as the last ones.
Yeah, they didn't die as much as the plate mail armored Onis.
Die.
With regen.
Yeah,
as
with
well.
regeneration. She starts growling and yeah, she's gonna beat the shit out of the one in front of her.
Alright, go for it. Roll attack.
26 for 30 damage.
Oh, damn. It takes it. Roll for your next attack.
Boom.
30 damage.
Yep, that's pretty much almost max. Actually, just flat.
Well, everything is just slowing down on my end. I'm going to definitely close some tabs here. Go ahead and get rid of these.
20, dirty 20
Ooh, just.
Dirty 20 still hits, though.
for 20 more damage.
As... One second, if my roll 20 wants to actually respond here. It takes the 20 damage. Just. Makes you feel any better. He's got 3 hit points left.
Yeah, but I say, good thing I've got a third attack. Please, fucking.
Actually, I believe you went rage this turn.
Oh yeah, I can't do the third attack. You're right. I
Yeah,
did
no
rage.
third attack for you. As it is the Ogre Slave Master's turn. And, you know what? They actually... are you bloodied yet?
Oh yeah.
They notice that you two are also bloodied. So they look back to the party, look at you. Okay, so it's not just you alone. There's other people. Maybe if they can take you out.
I've started glowing more now.
Now this one has a disadvantage on its first attack, but has advantage, so it'll be a flat roll.
This gets lowered by Bane, doesn't it? As well.
And they get a negative d4 to it, yes.
Yeah.
So that is an 11 to hit you.
That misses.
And then this one will be advantage. This is only the first attack they get disadvantage on, and they can. You were still reckless.
Yep.
But they still get the negative 4 from Bane. Nope, did not recognize that.
very, very appropriate. It's Bane here.
So it's a negative 1 to their plus 8, so 8, 9, 17 to hit.
Damn it! Meets it.
For a 8 bludgeoning and a constitution saving throw.
1, 2, 3, 4 now because I'm raging. Con, please do not get stunned. Yep.
Hey.
I don't have persistent rage yet, so I can't just power through stuns.
And let's just read that. Ooh, negative plus 7, 22.
He definitely hits you.
This was the third attack for 6 bludgeoning damage and another constitution saving throw.
Come on, Alvina.
They kind of look at you, and
21.
the fact that the Onis also kind of start getting endurance, they start to recognize the effect that you have on right now if you're rage.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we've made a man!
As you can see, after the 3 punches from this initial ogre, you see their face just begin to slack. And, oh no.
Oh no, we didn't. Now he's
Pissed
gonna
her
beat
off!
us.
We've pissed her off!
As Lou is able to overhear the ogre slave master kind of looking to his allies, looking back and looking at kind of Zormir, looking at you again. Focus on this one. We take them down. We might be able to retreat. As the ogre's kind of
I'll
looking at him and
say, Alvina, that they think if they take you down, then we'll retreat.
Bring
They're
it!
trying to
for 22 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
for 9 damage. And a Constitution saving throw.
God, please, come on, Alvin.
Ooh, does not
27.
matter.
Yay!
20. Okay, I can finally get to use their Mighty Blow feature.
Ah, nice.
When they score a critical hit, it automatically deals maximum damage for the attack. So that is 8 plus 5 for 13 bludgeoning damage.
Down to 6.
As another Constitution saving throw. And that was their second attack.
Yes.
So this one that's got a
21.
third attack. Nice. It's got a third attack coming in at you. If it rolls the dice. There we go. So that brings it down to 14 plus 9 for a 23 to hit.
Yep.
For 10 more bludgeoning damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
As that is 2 of the Onis. The third one, who was on Zormir, kind of also just grumbles at Zormir, looks back to you, and does another 3 attacks against you.
Yep.
For a 24 to hit.
Yep.
For 6 more bludgeoning damage.
3.
Ooh, 22 to hit for another 7 bludgeoning damage.
2, 3.
And this one might actually a 17 to hit.
Still makes it, but it beats my
Oh.
AC. My AC is
Then another 11 bludgeoning damage.
down to 5.
Down to 5.
I'm up! I'm really close!
Need some armor or something.
Look, in 2
So the
rounds.
rest of the party just looks over. Even Abigail's gonna take a step back, be like, "Oh shit!" As these 3 massive ogre slave masters are just punching down at Alvina.
I'm at
Now,
4.
given how damaged you are, I'm just gonna only imagine you look like severely beat up. You got some bruises, a bloodied lip. There's blood kind of pouring down here or leaking down here and there.
Have you heard the phrase not 7 shades of shit out of them? It looks like that.
No, it's Albina just goes, I could do this all day. She can't.
Aha!
But give
I
me
love
some
it.
fucking healing.
Gwent, it's your turn.
What's your maximum hit points?
98.
Okay,
They've
I'm
done
going to move
94
forward,
damage.
and I'm going to give you 40 hit points.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm going to shout, "Remember the charisma rock."
Remember the charisma rock.
You get a salute from Albina.
As you see all of the ogres kind of glance back at Gwent with horror in their eyes.
Am I still stunned as well?
It's till the end of the turn. They didn't attack you, so no, you are now unstunned at the end of their turn.
And I'm also going to throw in a bonus action. Actually, do you go before them or after them?
I go before them.
You're before them, so never mind. Then I will throw to you a shield of faith as well.
Hell yes.
Nice.
But then I'm going to move the fuck back. You can do it!
The point, fortunately, your Bane, while definitely slowing them down a bit, their sheer kind of recklessness of Alvina is allowing them to hit. It is your turn, the point.
Yeah, sorry, Bane has lost because I forgot Shield of Faith's concentration as well.
It's fine, I take the... considering they keep hitting 17, I'll take it.
Yeah, my bad.
So far they've made 17 minimum on every single hit regardless, so...
17's their magic number.
Apparently.
Yeah.
With their
I have no idea if this is going to work, but let's do it anyway.
Do it.
60%
The point
chance to hit.
seeing they're now teaming up on Alvina will go, okay, they've realised she's not a one-woman army anymore. He'll peer down the corridor where Drax is and just yell, "Come on, charge!" and throw one of his Deck of Illusion cards down, just kind of there,
Yeah.
so you can get something to charge around the corner. And it is the Queen of Hearts, which I should have pulled up Deck of Illusions ahead
Oh,
of
that's
time.
something good, isn't it, I think?
Second,
Let's find out.
Deck of Illusion, Queen of Hearts. A succubus comes,
I was about to say there's something. Da, 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 da.
which don't exist. So
It'd be a demon. It'd be just a hot demon.
They're not a demon, they're a fiend.
Yeah, the devils.
Oh yeah, they're they're neutral.
Oh no, they're not devils, but they are fiends.
Yeah, they're the
non-
middle one. They're the middle one.
Yeah, there's non-devil and demon fiends.
Yeah.
So they do exist.
But
okay.
are they still hot?
Yeah. Succubus.
Okay.
Because demons don't technically exist. I've reskinned them for something else, mostly because there was no incident that caused demons in this world. And devils mostly got wiped out in the Devil Wars. So while they still exist, they're also just endangered species at this point.
Yeah, we've got an endangered species working for us.
But the rest of the fiends, like succubus and other types of fiends, were fine because they weren't caught up in the wars.
Okay.
Specifically, devils and demons are the problem. I guess the ogres look confused. I actually don't know how the ogres react to this. What CR is a succubus?
7, I think. It's pretty powerful.
Also, if I throw it down there, it can only go 30 feet from the cards. It can only go up to here. It can only go up to where Abigail is right now.
Succubus.
Okay.
4.
So they're aware of a succubus and that they are as these ogres just because these are highly trained ogres. And honestly, I think they're still more terrified of Alvina than of a succubus.
Fair enough.
So it was a good chance, but unfortunately, the card itself isn't as kind of intimidating as you'd hoped.
You know what would have been
Yeah,
great?
that would be great in other contexts, just not this one.
You know what would have been amazing? If it was a Banshee.
Oh,
Banshee would have been great! I think Banshee's on there. I don't remember the deck of illusions that well.
But the point, anything else for your turn?
oh no, nothing else on my turn.
Then you have a support round. What would you like to do?
I pull out a whistle and blow it and summon Gregor to come spit an acid at them.
Gregor comes around the corner similarly to Susie. You can just see them both just hanging to the wall, peering around. As how would you like this to be directed? You get at least 2 of them, probably not all 3.
Definitely
We'll
hit the
go for
middle.
them.
Definitely hit the middle one. That's one we'd really need.
Yeah.
But would you like the north or south?
North killed the rock.
North.
They
This-
have a plus thingy, but they no longer have the -4, so it's just a +4. Then the first one makes it. So unfortunately, thingy gets out of the way, although I think it does half damage anyway. So he's able to kind of peer to the side and only take like a little bit off the acid, but the other one takes the full force. Go ahead and roll damage.
You got the thing up, Jamie? Can you
4d8.
roll it?
Yeah, actually, that one's down because it had 3 hit points, so it's regardless of what you roll.
It is true.
Oh no, actually, you could roll 4. If you literally hard roll 4, he lives. Because
You
it's
want to
hard.
roll it?
You can roll it. It's 4d8. It's your Hydra.
Or do you?
I keep rolling for Susie. Take care of your own pet.
Okay.
Hey, you wanted a Hydra, you gotta be responsible for your
Yeah.
Hydra.
Or do you?
Alvin has been feeding it for you. You take some responsibility.
12.
Then the first one goes down with their 3 hit points left.
Yeah. Squelch.
And the second one takes 12 damage. Alrighty, that's the support round. Lou, it is your turn. We're probably finished up at the end of this round in terms of combat,
Eldritch Blast.
depending on how well Lou hits here. Go for it, Lou. What do you want? The bloody one to the south or the not bloodied one to the north?
The bloodied one.
I would
Roll
have went
for a
for the
damage attack.
north.
What was that, brother?
I would have went for the north one because that's got the least damage on it.
Yeah, here's Zormir kind of glancing back to you. Attack the north one!
Go for the other one.
I'll go for the north one. Is this flat roll?
Yes, because they didn't have to go reckless against Alvina.
Right.
I've got to play these a little bit more tactically because they are decent intelligence and wisdom.
27.
27 hits, so takes 11 force damage. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Come on. Oh.
Unfortunately, a 16 doesn't quite hit. As I believe that's your turn.
Okay, I'm going
You
to
move
Destiny
for-
that one if I can.
Ooh.
Yeah, go for
Do
it.
it. Do it.
Do it.
Let's have a look here. A 22
That's better.
does hit as you deal another 11 damage to it as you blast into it in a twist of destiny. I don't know, it spins out of the way only for your attack to kind of bend a little bit and then just
I've got
smack
it. I've got it. Destiny Rock
It bounces off the rock! It bounces off the rock!
The Rock of Destiny.
You actually see the rock has a slightly crystalline interior that the energy zaps around and then bounces out of. You know, this rock has Fool's Arcanite inside of it. You found a small ore of Fool's Arcanite. One charismatic rock of Fool's Arcanite. There you go. Zormir, it's your turn.
Okay, let's open this up. I attack the one who's been stunned me.
You've got advantage, remember, because of Alvina raging near you. Well, near the end, at least.
You do. Unfortunately, your advantage attack does not hit.
God damn it.
You have a second attack.
What is it with 17 in this fucking fight? It's like the 19th one rolled so far.
Ooh.
You're welcome, Zomi.
You know what's funny?
Can I transfer some of that damage over there when hitting him that hard across Alvina?
Yeah, with the creature's 4 hit points. I'll let you transfer that over.
Damn.
I hit him with enough force.
You just knock him
I'll
into
just-
the other. Okay.
I'll say this one's force damage for this one.
That's great.
That's fair. As Alvina, you just feel a wave of force blast over your head. And Bloody, the second ogre, as they're pushed, kind of stumbling backwards, you can see just their bruises forming all along the front of their body. As they kind of pant, the wind kind of burst force out of them.
And I'll move up to him and go, boo.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
Come on, Zomi.
I don't want him to be intimidating the slightest. Just
I'm sorry, he just watched you blow apart his colleague and then bloody him. I don't think you're getting the choice.
Yeah, this is innate.
Well, you got your wish.
He doesn't believe Zomi did it. He doesn't believe Zomi did it.
No, he believes Zormir did it, but you've actually forced him to essentially his psyche has broken at seeing this, as he enters into a mindless rage.
You just
Now
frightened-
every waking thought consumed with hunting down and killing Zormir.
Yay!
He just doesn't like cows. Jesus Christ.
He now has advantage against attacking Zormir and disadvantage attacking anyone else.
Sweet! I can
Hey,
make
that's
us
what-
risk free!
That's what my thing
you now
normally
have
does. My gauntlet
Your
does.
gauntlets, yeah.
Another support round. What would you like to do with it?
I'm gonna swing at him.
What say, Abby?
Or have...
As Abigail kind of looks on in just amazement. Oh my god.
Do that again!
With Zormir and the Rebellion, we're unstoppable. Zormir, do it again! We're the Rebellion!
43.
With its 21 health left, how would you like to defeat this ogre?
Just casually step towards him and then just stab it through his eye as he's looking at me angrily. No. Stop.
Bonk.
As consumed by
Pistol
rage,
whip him.
unable to look at anyone but Zormir, this ogre looks death in the face and dies.
It calls Death's bluff. Unfortunately, it's death, so it's a bad idea to call Death's bluff.
As you have defeated this, and there will be a minute before the next one rounds up. Because it is the party versus one, I don't feel there's a challenge.
Thank you.
So you will just defeat them as a montage.
Well, so they get a minute's silence.
But yes, we're going to take a 5-second break there for just to go fill stuff and also go get a donut. Go to the kettle. And then we'll come back and we'll see what happens next. You've defeated the first wave of ogre guards.
Everyone in chat, feel free to go for a little break yourself and have a donut break because
Yeah.
it's the donut.
Donuts.
Because I'm going to the bathroom.
Ta-da!
Let's take 5 seconds there, everyone.
Okay, back in a sec.
I just have Cadbury's Misfits, so I think it's Monsters and Misfits for me.
You guys are doing great. Way to go. I'm gonna send another one at your way.
Keep sending them.
We're under attack. Help me with these fucking cannons.
Out with these
Hey, you've got an
cannons.
hour,
Send
you've
one
got an
down and
hour of
immediately
doing
take them
that,
back.
and you've got an hour of doing that, and you naturally speak giant, so it's not like you're holding tongues either.
And my alter self enables me to sound like the most like the most gruff chain smoking Oni you've ever did here.
Hey, that's Fred, though, and he's been sending us out there to fight with his brothers. And the Oni King was defeated not by his hubris, but by tunnels and sending them to get their asses kicked by Noids.
By each of his guards running down the same tunnel one at a time. Or 3 at a time that one time.
Yeah, well, that was the initial wave.
I'm back.
Hi.
Yeah, that fucking
What's
hurt. I went from, in 2 rounds, from 98 health to 4.
Yep.
Well, 3 attacks each.
I know, but still.
Yeah,
That's a significant
meaning like
number.
that's a lot each, especially when they're just hitting you.
It was fucking annoying, that. I can't believe it. For the minimum, they rolled
Like,
17 like 5
He
times.
hits you for 17. Damn it!
Yeah,
How much rage have you got left?
1.
Never forget what you owe me, Wolfie. Never forget.
Thank you. I also will remember that you also baned them first instead of healing me, so it kind of evens out.
I mean, he was holding good, to be fair, and it did seem like the best option.
Nah, I just don't like the bane spell. They take my name in vain. It should be way more effective than it actually is.
It really
They
should.
take your name in Bane.
My actual
Oh.
real life name is Bane.
Ooh.
Hey, I did my freaking job though. We can't keep that. My God, did I
yeah.
take a beating?
Done a sterling job.
And thank you again, though. Very seriously, thank you very much for putting me to about half health now.
I've discovered my Dormir's true persona, Death Incarnate,
One punch
along with
man.
Alvina.
It's one punch man.
No. One punch cow.
One punch cow. Moo,
No,
motherfucker.
one move.
No, not one moo cow.
I feel that you should be unmoved by this.
Hey!
I only moved a little bit to make sure he died.
I'm sure you glossed over that one.
That was a fun little scrap, though. Jeez, 20.
Yep.
That reminds me, I'm gonna rip these freaking braces of defense off of these ogres.
Yeah, please take them.
Yeah.
Some
I
kind
want
of
a pair.
POSD.
If I
You wear
can.
armor?
At the moment, yes, I do.
Hey, just take the armor off. You're going to lose
But-
it anyway. They're more.
But I
they're
can
better than
I can
your
store
armor.
them for when I
No,
do
Lou,
get rid of my armor.
Lou, here's the thing. They're better than your armor. Flat. They increase your AC by 2. Your armor increases your AC by 1, I think. Actually, is it
At the
studded
moment,
leather?
I'm 14 because it's
Actually, it's studded.
just
It's studded leather, isn't it?
yeah.
Oh, so it's equal. It's literally the same as your armor.
But it's got +1 because of me.
Oh, if you're still using it on him, I thought you were using it on something else.
No.
No,
Wow.
Zormir made it for Lou.
Well, it's good.
But I'll take the bracelets anyway, cause and swap them about, cause if I'm
Well,
gonna be losing
As
this,
with all loot retrieved from monsters, I'm gonna need one of you to roll me a investigation check.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. What is your investigation?
Mine is second.
Alvina's is terrible considering how loot hungry she is.
What's happened?
I will give you guidance then as well.
Okay.
I got a 7 as well.
I'm just actually checking to make sure I've actually got a slot left. Because I'm not sure.
Guidance gives me.
A D4.
Yep.
22.
All right, you find all 3 of them in working order.
Nice.
Just out of
Damn it.
curiosity.
Damn it, where's the goblin? Where's. Stole these damn things.
I'll take them. I'll put them in my bag. Well, wait, I'll slap 2 of them on. They're attunement, aren't they?
You definitely find them in even slightly better working order as Zormir is holding them.
Okay. 3 braces defense question mark. I'll put my.
Maybe get those identified before
Alvina's
wearing them.
Alvina's already got a cursed item on. She doesn't care.
You have a cursed
Well,
item?
I'm convinced the sword's cursed. I've yet to be proven correct in the fact that it's cursed, but I'm convinced it's cursed.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but you've not been proven wrong yet, have you?
I had a weird dream. So, cursed enough. But she's fine with it.
At the moment.
No, she's fine.
Deadly of curses, strange dreams.
Huh? Paranoia.
How often does that item work? The index of the witness?
I don't believe there's a limit. It just takes your action.
Oh,
Alright,
cool.
well, I'll use my action to identify these things whilst I'm holding them.
Oh, the bracers of defense?
Yep.
That's fair. You look at them. Bracers of defense are, while they are magical items by kind of default, because everything's a magical item by default. Oh, actually, they're not a magical item by default. They've moved it to adventuring gear. Fascinating. That's what I was going to say anyway. They are not actually magical in any way. They are just highly specialized to give flexibility, and while they take a very skilled kind of smithery hand to make them, it's mostly the cost and rarity is mostly to do with the skill it takes to make them and how much kind of metal you need to use them. But as you actually look at these look to be almost an incorporation of kind of gold into these. But it's gold that's worked in such a way that it seems to have similar properties to steel, or maybe a little bit more flexible version of steel. You've never actually seen gold worked with this kind of quality to get this kind of output. You have no idea what they must be mixing into this to give an impure blend. But as you stare at it with your smith tools, it looks to be nearly pure gold.
Damn.
And yet the flexibility and tensile strength of this material is incredible. You actually, at one point, take a hammer to it, and they bounce back. Like, you smack into them, and there is barely any notice.
Ooh. Are these non-attunement braces of defense?
Nope, they require attunement.
They still do. Okay. I was literally like, wait, they're not magic. Are these just not like just better ones? Oh shit. Oh well. I'll
To be
take it.
fair, bracer defense are not magic.
Oh, they're not.
Nope, they've actually, that's what I was checking. They aren't actually magic items, they're adventuring gear.
Really?
Yeah, they're just item rarity. I think D&D is kind of going the same way I go, of they're trying to actually move things from all being just magical nature to having rarity but also not being magical. Because currently anything of rarity is inherently magical by base kind of categorizing.
Yeah, right. Cool.
But when you get, especially since we're moving more towards kind of flintlock in D&D,
Yeah.
stuff like guns and cannons kind of have to have a rarity because they're technologically advanced, but they also aren't magical.
Yeah.
While you've got your little item up, can I show you that bottle of foam I found many moons ago?
Yeah.
because I don't know what it is. I just have bottle of foam unknown.
And I believe this is a primordial table.
Is it the same thing that we had earlier? That we, like, one of us threw at them and it was like the liquid that just rolled down the hill and buggered off?
Could be.
Plus 2 ALC while unarmored. Okay, Alvina is attuning to them, essentially, for the next hour.
That's what
And
Lou's
Lou-
doing as well.
Who's wanting to take
Yeah,
cover
Lou
now?
has to drop his armor.
Yeah, I've just done that. I take it it's still the +2.
Yeah. Do we have an hour for you to attune? As
No.
we-
You
No, so
don't.
Alvin is, it's which I've got it in brackets, just she is attuning to them.
That I'll be
So-
wearing them, but
It's not working yet, essentially.
yeah.
I've got the slot free, is the main point. So I've got my armor class, like, brackets with the new armor class. But it's not in effect yet.
I mean, I'm only down one.
The best thing about your one, though, Lou, it means that Zomir can put his buff on something else. Because it takes up one of his
Yeah.
things to keep your armor buffed up, so...
But it's not like I'm losing a lot
Yeah!
by
You're not getting
taking
hit.
that armor off.
You're not getting hit, either, so...
I'm not getting as close.
Warlock.
Ranged attacks, creatures, it's like, yeah, okay. Maybe start to worry a
Sensible
bit.
is the word.
Let's see here.
Proceeding with caution.
Oh, and Alvina's gonna...
How long
chug a-
does it take to unattune things, though?
So as
An
I didn't
hour.
actually realize I was mute. It takes an hour to unattune and then another hour to attune. So to switch items out, it takes 2 hours.
Yeah. So you won't be able to do that right now.
That's why she's wearing them, and just... She hasn't lost an attunement. She had a spare
Yeah.
slot. So she's just wearing them, so... If an hour goes up, it's gonna have worked, essentially.
That was more for Lou.
Oh, right. The other item's not attunement. Is a +1. +1 items aren't attunement.
Yeah, the armor's just there. But it also takes you 10 minutes to take off armor. Or something like
That's heavy armor, it's light, so I think that's less
that.
time.
Like,
For leather, I think it might be a minute.
Yeah, it's a lot it's not 10 minutes. 10 minutes is full plate.
Too many straps involved in full plate.
Having put on and taken off full plate, it does take about 10 minutes.
yeah,
And that's
we both kind of know.
Yeah, my light plate takes a couple minutes to put on.
Let's see, you guys gained 3 bracers of defense.
Anyone else wanting bracers of defense out of the people who are here?
Oh, too flimsy.
I'm not gonna lie, I could really use those as a creature that doesn't wear armor.
Yeah, you're not here. I was
Yeah,
thinking.
I wear armor, so.
I think. Do I have armor? I think. Oh, I do.
I think you have leather.
I have armor.
If you have anything,
Yeah.
if you have light armor that's not studded leather, then these are better.
I have 15 armor class.
Do you
So
have-
I don't know how that works.
You've got +3 dex,
What's
so yes,
your
+2.
dex?
So yeah.
Yeah.
You've got studded leather on, essentially.
Yeah.
So. This is basically attunement studded leather, but you don't have to wear your armor.
You mean I could just be a naked little squid boy?
Yes,
Excellent.
yes.
We love it.
If you want, yes.
Yes, you can be a free spirit.
One more tentacle on display.
Absolutely not. Block.
Is that
Banned.
if they are spare, the point would probably like more creativity in his outfits, even though actually no, his current outfit is glamour weave anyway. So going.
Alright, are we all back and good to go again?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
I was quickly looking at his thing with my tablet as well.
Yeah, the foam.
If you could save me some of those bracers of defense, though, guys, for real.
We'll see how well you do. Maybe the party will take pity on you and be like, you know what, you did a good
Since I
job.
did send you
It depends if
the
assassins.
exact plan.
It depends
You're
if
sending
assassin.
another set up our way the now, as long as we
It
don't
depends
destroy.
if assassin actively asked for the braces of defense, because they did. Albina have handed him over.
I kind of don't want to, but at the same time, I really enjoy the energy of the possibility of meeting up with the professor and Assassin being like, it feels like I'm wearing nothing at all, Ned Flanders style.
And the
and that's-
professor's head
yeah.
assassin is doing that in their bracers.
The professor's thinking, I hope they save me some of those.
Oh, yeah, I
Yes,
don't
the-
want that.
As I
So,
believe the foam is a primordial item, it does not track as an arcanite item. So there is no ping from the index.
I've just realised.
Doesn't work on that,
Question.
unfortunately, my friend.
Okay,
It's broken.
That
bottle of
fourth
foam.
that fourth ogre that came up, was that wearing another set of braces of defence?
I believe they all are, yes.
Could we roll for it again for the fourth one?
Yes,
Well,
as we...
I rolled a 23 out of curiosity because I didn't know we were going to roll again.
Yeah,
So
I'll
I
take that.
don't know.
Since this technically happened before we went on break anyway. So yeah, let me flavor some things first. As you guys kind of have defeated the current ogres and begin kind of thinking up and starting to head down, believing, those are the 3 that the professor was supposed to send to you. Let's go halfway, or maybe not so halfway, but 100 or 200 feet down the twisting kind of corridors. You begin hearing the sounds of large footprints and huffing coming down the corridors as you all prepare, and a ogre turns the corner and with a stunned realization and a surprise round is immediately beaten down.
Alvina's gonna go, nope, not having this again.
Cantrip in the face, stabbed in the 3 times by Alvina. Stabbed
In
with my...
quick 2 rounds, you guys are able to easily defeat this ogre and acquire a 4th set of bracers of defense.
Nice.
As you go up another 50 or so feet, you'll hear the professor just firing off cantrips going, "Oh, by the way, I have sent a 4th ogre. Please be aware of them.
She
Take
holds.
care of them."
Alvina holds up the head. The
No,
ogre.
this is when you're still like 120 feet away. You're still walking up the tunnel. "Oh, by the
You'll-
way, I was sent this."
You'll get a message back once I'm 100 feet or within message range. Yes, we've
When you
dealt
get a
with him.
signal.
How far can I
By the way,
pitch an ogre?
did anyone pick up the pieces of charisma rock?
I assumed you did.
I presume the assassin did.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's literally just, like, a little, like, moment of Assassin running over, picking them up, and just, like, holding them to, like, their chest. Like, they've just lost a child energy.
Fair enough. As long as someone in the party has charisma rock.
Yeah.
You can see that there is a Fool's Arcanite geode inside the Charisma Rock, but you're also able to put it back together and mend it, keeping the secret Fool's Arcanite geode inside a secret.
Wait, Fool's Arcanite?
Yeah, it's the common version of Arcanite, and the unstable, kind of useless one, it's got a glassy look to it. It's not like a full Arcanite, and in the base world, it's kind of the Arcanite that's... It looks like maybe some form of Arcanite, depending on which light is kind of going through it, because it is still crystalline. But it has chaotic and unreliable effects as magic is cast through it, so it can be used as a arcane focus in like a dire scenario. But if you generally only ever see them used in like really impoverished areas as kind of last resort access to arcane casting.
Okay, fair.
What's the
See,
die for a greater healing potion?
Lou
by the way?
could have that as an arcane focus.
What's the die for a?
I'm healing myself with that.
That's what I was asking.
Sorry.
No, I was asking. What's the die for a greater healing potion? Because I found I had one in my bag.
Greater is 4d4.
4d4
Yeah.
plus 4, is it?
Yeah, sounds about right. Yes, Luke can potentially have one if they come across some more Fool's Arcanite, since you weren't doing chaotic stuff before you got to New World, unless you would like to carve out the guts of Charisma Rock.
No. Don't you dare.
Disembowel it.
We're gonna,
wouldn't.
I'm imagining like there's someone that looks over and just goes like, "Hey, we could take the Fool's Arcanite," and it's just Assassin essentially hissing
Yeah.
and like threatening to bite anyone who tries.
No, that's fair. But as we switch back to the Professor, having sent an ogre down a good half a minute to a minute ago, you've set up the 2 cannons that are now pointing towards the door.
Wait for
And
Alvina to appear bloodied.
you're just
She's not
waiting
anymore,
now.
actually.
As you're waiting, go ahead and roll me another fate die. Another d20 to see if another patrol comes upon you.
Another D20. Here we go. Watch out.
9.
Oh god.
It's a little better.
But
He's still at the lower 10 though, so you're getting another ogre head for the collection.
We could get worse. Remember, that's not the only patrols in there.
Yeah, but you
catch
got a 4
another
before.
ogre kind of just actually as you're turning, kind of looking over, you can see one of the enslaved Noids, what looks to be a kind of scrappy but like a kind of estranged, long tangled beard halfling. Probably in his 30s or 40s. You can see he's wearing kind of tattered, battered clothes. Just kind of fall to the ground unexpectedly as he's taking a massive chunk of rock out. You kind of see maybe he's twisted his ankle or something, kind of fallen over. But you watch as one of these massive ogres comes over and grabs him by the back of his neck, kind of lifts him up and spits in his face. And you can hear in broken common, "Work now, die later." And he throws him back to the floor. And then it stands there watching, kind of waiting. You can see this vicious smile begin to appear at the sides of his lips. What would you like to do?
The cannon's pointed right at him.
okay.
Just so I'd let you know.
How far away is this?
It is the one to the south, so the map is to scale. Let me get rid of the turn order there.
Does the
It's
halfling...
about 40 feet, or the back of the ogre is about 40 feet away. The halfling's about 50 feet away.
Oh, so the ogre's got his back to me.
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
Gonna shoot
Can
him
I
if you
can I sort of do a hand gesture? It's just this one ogre that's left, right?
Currently.
You can't see
As you're
him.
looking around, you catch glance of another ogre to the west here,
Yes.
who's kind of also moving his patrols around, because I need to actually move these guys around a bit.
I see an arm!
Another ogre.
Can I look at the Loxodon and sort of catch its eye and do like I don't know if it's the one, but I'm gonna do the rebellion cant symbol for liberate, if that is a one, and I'm gonna gesture at the tool. I'm gonna grab an axe from the tool rack, and would they have left keys? No, probably not, right? Can I roll for keys to see if any of the ones on guard duty by the cannons had keys for the manacles?
The slave masters do not have keys on them.
The slave masters don't have keys.
No, the chains aren't designed to be removed.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, they're not, because they're not locked down to anything. There's no reason to unlock them.
Also, the guys guarding the front door usually aren't the ones with the keys that set everyone free.
Yeah, they're just there to like punish and keep the slaves working.
They're,
Okay.
they're bosuns.
I'm going to take an axe from nearby, sort of medium. Actually, I have weapons on me.
You have the ogre
I have a
chains
couple-
on you.
Yeah, I have a couple of daggers and ogre chains on me. I need the ogre chain whip.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna sort of stomp towards the back of the ogre. I'm gonna drop a dagger within plain view of the one of my daggers in plain view of the Loxodon, and gesture to it with behind my back with my hand in thieves' cant, not thieves, rebellion cant, hoping that they see it, pick it up.
As you look around,
I
the
don't know.
Loxodon is over here to the west, whereas the halfling is down here to the south.
Sorry, can you point where the
This way.
Loxodon, I'm
that's the
calling
Loxodon.
Lox, and
I
Lel is
see.
the halfling.
Is there anyone else that looks vaguely strong in the vicinity?
If you go down a little bit, can I get a better line of sight?
Yeah.
Let me just reveal a bit more of the map here.
That looks like an orc. Maybe.
That's fair. I just randomly duplicate a lot of them rather than thingy.
I know.
But yeah, let's go with this is Orr. He got a concussion and lost his memory and doesn't actually know his name, so they just called him Orr. He looks probably the strongest of the lot. He is a half-orc. Still pretty like skinny and scrappy looking, but with a decent bit of bulge on his upper arms.
I'm going to drop a dagger and gesture to him then. Because any port in the storm for allies in this scenario.
All right, go ahead and roll me a d20 for a fate die to see if this guy has any idea what you're on about.
Please don't be the traitor. God damn it,
Oh
it's the fucking
my
traitor.
god.
As you... Well, unfortunately, I don't know if you know anything about heavy Stockholm indoctrination. But as you drop this knife and kind of do the strange symbols to Ori here, who has no idea what you're on about, and it's very apparent. You can see this kind of confused look over their face. And you said you were like pointing to the halfling.
Oh no!
I'm stomping towards the halfling. Yeah.
You see Ori kind of just gets kind of panic, kind of look on his face, kind of look over, kind of
subtle cast silence on him.
No, he's gonna go stab the fucking hobbit.
You kind of see this kind of look of distraughtness over his face, and he moves and picks up the dagger.
Oh.
And there's kind of, you see a single tear come down his eye.
I told you, he's gonna stab the fucking hobbit.
It's a test. This has to be a test. I'm sorry. As he charges towards the halfling and goes to attack him.
Oh, I run forward.
And sacrifice
And-
yourself. Do you
You
have
got-
any
you got a split
destiny
second to think
points?
here. Ori's charging at this halfling. There's only a couple seconds. What are you gonna do?
I am going to run and leap, and as I go, I'm going to cast a spell on myself to enhance my strength
Please
and
tell-
attempt to shoulder barge the ogre into the way of the dagger.
Please tell me that's not a concentration spell, right?
Alter self.
No, I mean
Is-
enhanceability.
It
Yes.
would be.
That's why. Just go.
But
Good to hear.
I think I might need to go with it. I can always cast it again at 3rd level, or swap some soul points and stuff around.
All right,
Oh.
go ahead and give me that athletics check.
Unless I could. No, that's
Yeah,
too
you
many
can.
actions.
Yep.
Yeah. I have to. I have to try and stop this guy.
That you caused. This problem that you caused.
Yeah. This problem that I caused.
Come on, give me that
I-
athletics check for with advantage.
With advantage.
Oh,
Got advantage because
I was trying to say, if that's with advantage.
enhanceability ball strength gives you advantage. Yeah.
Is that the point
Oh.
of enhanceability?
It does that and it increases your carry capacity. I think bull strength as well. It does like an. I
Yeah.
think they give advantage and do an extra effect.
Your
Hold on.
double
I need to look up Alter Self real quick.
doubles the carry capacity.
Appearance, natural weapons. Could
Yeah, advantage on strength checks and his or her carrying capacity doubles as bull strength.
no, I was thinking of keeping the Alter Self.
Yeah.
Um,
Just tackle him.
Unfortunately, I don't think it would
Yeah.
impact the tackling.
no, yeah, my weight becomes more massive, I would say. Because change appearance, you can transform your appearance, decide what you look like, height, weight, facial features, etc.
I don't think there's a mechanical thing for that.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no mechanical benefit to that.
But it's not
So-
illusion. It's no okay.
He just
Never
doesn't
mind.
do
I do
anything.
get.
No,
I
you
do
wouldn't
get
be able to
natural
do it
weapons.
significantly enough for an ogre.
I do get natural weapons. Would you? No, it's athletics for a grapple check, isn't it?
Yep, it's an ability check.
Then I have guidance. I have guidance.
If you
You
get a
don't-
4, maybe.
No,
Oh,
it ran
last
out
minute.
ages ago.
No.
And
Yeah,
it was
Yeah.
I've had other concentration things.
So you can either
Oh,
drop the alter self and gain advantage on this athletics, or you're going for a 10 athletics. What would you like?
Or you could destiny.
Could you not do like minor illusion
Go on,
and
you gotta let the dice
distract
tell the
them?
story.
I'm gonna let this one play out. I don't have enough spells to enhance myself.
Then a 27 on the ogre's end.
Ow!
Unfortunately, you bounce off
I-
that ogre.
But since I'm still disguised, I go. Oh, you idiot! Step aside.
Unfortunately, that is too late as the ogre looks back confused, does step aside, just in time for you to see Ore plunge the knife into Lel's neck.
Lel.
Ow.
Yeah, that's what I called him.
Oh.
That's an
As
NPC we'll never
you can
know.
see there, Lel
Who
already
has
prone on the
Revivify?
ground from being thrown down. You can see another kind of tears now just pouring down Ore's face. Just a haunted expression in their eyes. They drop the knife, blood just kind of splurting out from Lel's neck as they take a little final gasp of air as they fall to the ground. They
I
are
really hope that
quickly
wasn't-
bleeding out. They will be dead in 1 round. What would you like to do?
The boss will not be happy if we lose another slave. Take that one away to the tower.
You're really hoping that.
I'll deal with him later. And I go to. Looks like I'm bandaged. Oh god, that's fucked up my throat.
It fucked up his throat.
Yeah. Yeah. I look to be taking some sort of kit out of my bag.
As you do so,
I'm
however,
gonna subtle cast.
as the ogre moves over to Ore, you can see Ore just tears pouring down their face now, their eyes sunken in. The ogre backhands Ore, knocking them to the floor. You can see a tooth going flying, blood splurting from their mouth.
This is,
As the ogre kicks them,
Mm-hmm.
and then kicks them again.
Okay.
As they eventually Ore now you can see their face now bludgeoned and swelling with bruises. The ogre picks them up, almost as if they're an object.
I
Throws them over his shoulder and starts marching away.
Do they still look conscious and alive?
They are unconscious.
But alive? Stable?
You don't know.
Hard to tell. They're you can see kind of blood just dropping from their mouth. There's definitely internal bleeding there. They begin walking away.
I'm going to subtle cast Spare the Dying, which I can do because I'm an animancer. I can do it at a range because that is my.
You can do so, but you can only. It takes an action to do so,
Repeat
and
across-
you only have 1 action before Lel bleeds out.
No. Oh no!
Cast it on the dying
Oh, no.
one. The other one will come back when we get angry and charge through and kill everything.
So either Lel dies or Ori dies.
Or he might not die. Lel's definitely gonna die.
This feels like a Telltale game, Chris. Why? I want to reload
Because-
my save point and explore both endings.
No.
But the other ending is they both die.
I
Save.
saved the halfling.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you did
unfortunately,
murder him,
fate
let's be
played
fair.
against you in the
What?
worst possible way.
What's up? Sorry?
The fates played against you in the worst possible way of
Yeah.
that one.
I know. And that one.
To be honest, it could have been worse.
It could have, but I
if-
went for the
if
most
they had a job.
interesting,
That was interesting.
dramatic answer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
if they had a job, the professor who does value the life of most innocents, not Alvina, she's not an innocent.
Alvina would
Um,
consider herself an innocent.
I'm sorry.
Alvina can't even spell innocent.
You're able to stem the bleeding. Lel is going to be still
I'll cast
unconscious.
Spare the Dying.
They'll still be unconscious, but they at least you kind of keeping either wound, kind of spare the dying on them, and you can see their breathing kind of begins to settle down, and they are still breathing. They are still alive.
Do they have anything on them?
Just loot this slave.
Well, I don't know.
Roll me an
They
investigation
might-
check.
Investigation.
You're gonna rob a slave.
I'm not robbing him. I'm seeing if he's my inside guy.
If
And
you
then
just
taking his
stab-
wallet as well, because he's my inside guy.
Yeah, it's a senpai tax.
rebellion,
It's senpai tax.
It's his rebellion membership card I'm looking for, and I'm looking in all the crevices and cracks that he has. His loin.
As you do so, you get down to these very kind of worn-soled, what appear to be a little strap of leather with kind of cloth around it to create the form of a shoe. As you kind of just do a gentle feel, you can feel a little I don't know. It's like maybe a little bit piece of ore or a stone or something. It's just got stone in their shoe. But as you kind of pull it out, you can see it's a very crumpled piece of parchment.
I'm gonna look around with my superior perception.
You do. There is currently no ogres in sight. You can see the last of the ogre with Ori kind of disappear.
I take it, scan down at it.
You do, as you kind of very carefully unravel it, because it looks to be very withered and old, and you unravel it. You see what looks to be a piece of paper with chalk marks on it, with the image. I don't know, very, very crude, childlike drawing of a stick figure with short hair and a little smaller stick figure looking up, and you can see written across the top and bottom, "I love Daddy."
Yeah, I realised about half a second before you.
You utter.
I was
Bastard!
hoping it was going to be that. You monster, Professor. Monster.
He saved them.
He saved him. He did his
I
best. It was
saved
an unforeseen, unfortunate turn of events.
I don't know if this one is the kid who drew this thing, in which case he's
They look like
grown
an old
he's
man.
been enslaved his entire. Well, yeah, he could have been enslaved his entire life. I'm going to.
Possible in this world.
I'm going to fold it back up and put it back in its place.
You're down it, and
pour some
unfortunately, it's
sovereign
probably
oil.
not the first time you've seen something like this in your travels and your adventure. You've been to several slave encampments throughout various factions, and
This is why I'm unaligned.
you had to nullify your heart to the world to do the line of job that you're in. But
This is retreating, running, and oh,
with that, you
I'm
Lel's
gonna pick up
kind
the
of
dagger. I'm gonna pick up the
just
dagger
gonna-
that
Yeah, you do that.
Ori dropped.
Lel is kind of just lying there, and nobody's like everyone's kind of avoiding looking, but you do catch a couple occasional like kind of glances, and you can see pure hatred in some of their eyes as they look upon you, and it takes you a moment to remember that you're in an Oni
yeah.
disguise.
You're not gonna. I'm gonna be honest. Changing forms to not look an Oni. Not gonna buy you any friends.
No, it's not.
But what would you like to do with
I
Lel's
look up at them
body?
and say, "Get back to work, you slums!"
I love the
And they
Lord of the
immediately
Rings.
do. So you see them kind of
I'm
scrambling around, trying to get out of your line of sight.
Yeah, I'm gonna look down, feel some pity for this creature. Should I take him with me? You know what? If Alvina gets fucking pets, I want a project as well. I'm gonna find this guy's kid. What the fuck? I'm gonna do something good. I'm gonna take him with me. Maybe prop him up against a wall.
You take
yeah,
it back to,
I'll
I
go-
assume, the cannons.
The cannon sort of area, and
Yeah,
just sort of lay him
props.
there. I do have a common healing potion, but I might need that for me. And
Wait till
I'm
the doctor gets there.
I'm not
like,
lawful good. Yeah.
Like we have an actual doctor in Gwen. So
Oh yeah, he has the healer's feat. Perfect.
It's also just a cleric.
Yeah.
But with that, we're actually going to switch back to the other party as you're going through the tunnels. No fifth ogre follows you. However, after a couple more minutes, you arrive, or you can start to see the kind of light and the more echoing of the cavern appear. I assume the Hydra's kind of a decent way back, maybe because you probably don't want them fully blocking the passage, in case you need to do a little bit of a retreat. But they're kind of back with.
Yeah, well, they can be
rats.
like on the ceiling or the.
Well, it's more just given their size that these corridors are truck sized, but they're also truck sized as well.
yeah, Hydras are trucks.
So they're big enough for Hydras to comfortably go through, but also they do take up the full lane. But
There's a
with
couple of us, they'll be fine.
those who are more stealthy can kind of glance through and catch this Oni at the cannons, who's in a medium sized, and presumably is the professor.
He's probably
We
up a
hope.
stabbed halfling, so we're not sure.
That's what I'm saying, we hope.
As the first kind of characters peer onto the map, what would you like to do?
I can see everything in line of sight, by the way, because it was dim light, right?
Yes, there are actual kind of dark areas and light areas here.
'Cause dim light doesn't affect Alvina's vision at all because that's one of the features of Eagle. So she can see everything that
Yeah,
isn't
so I'm gonna-
pitch black or out of line of sight, essentially.
I'm gonna expand anything that isn't like directly blocked by something. I'm just gonna get rid of this area here. But I think the rest of these kind of little nougats here are kind of blocked from line of sight, so I think that's it.
That's fair, okay. There's not an ogre in that little section up there, so that's something. I'm gonna check if Alvina recognises that the professor is the one that... There she is. It doesn't look the same as Apple.
I do rebellion cant to Abigail.
Especially Alvina doesn't fucking know what a brilliant cant is. She's like, he's
That's
doing
what-
weird gestures with caught. I'm gonna throw this severed head at him.
I'm just using
Dave.
it.
They're casting a spell! Quick!
We've been made! Kill him!
I'm using expeditious retreat whilst I'm and just keep on running until I reach the cannons.
God damn it, you're gonna get completely found out.
I'm flat out running because I'm assuming the professor's still there because we heard the message.
Yeah, and to be fair, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you did watch them, and you have the intelligence to remember what they looked like, so you do notice that they look the same, only smaller, and can
Look
quickly
exactly
together.
the same, but compressed slightly.
Yeah, but compressed. But yeah, go ahead and put your minis on the map as you kind of come out of the tunnel, but you will be in line of sight of any patrols coming around. So if you are
they're
trying to be
so
stealthy,
tiny.
roll me a stealth check.
Alvina came out as tiny again.
And with our mirror, everyone's coming out
Oh,
tiny.
tiny.
22, Alvina's good. Combat roll behind the cannon.
And these are just ogres kind of moving around. Let me.
And I'm gonna.
Jesus, the
And the
point.
point has come out massive.
Dwarf!
I also. There we go.
I'm
How'd
basically
you get
hitting myself.
characters from the other map?
You go to your character sheet and you click on your name and drag. It'll bring your mini onto the map.
Oh yeah, do I actually don't have the character sheets for... Actually, no, I do. Wait a minute. Abigail. She's tiny.
Stealth's over.
In roll 20 in your character sheet.
And... Oh, yeah, we don't have... We'll say, what was his name? Emmy?
Yes.
Emmy,
Yeah,
Emmy's,
Emmy.
Emmy's in my bag.
Click on your assassin name. When it highlights blue, click and drag.
Jesus, Gwen.
Where do you go? You're over here.
By
That's
dint
locked.
of... There's a tiny
There you go.
Abigail there. I don't have Ebby's character sheet, but I'm assuming Ebby's just... I've put Ebby in the bag for now.
Yeah, it's because I haven't actually made our character sheet yet.
Yeah, Ebby's just in the bag.
Good a reason as any.
Yeah.
I'm hitting myself with my disguised self to transform it look like one of the Oni just as I'm running towards the cannons.
No, not an Oni, a ogre.
Oh, yeah. Ogre, whatever I thought was... No, Oni, because the fact that...
Alvina's covered in freaking blood. She's gonna like spike part of her hair to look like a pair of horns and go, "That's good enough." For looking like an Oni.
Since Zormir has a dash, although I'm pretty sure actually.
I'm going to try and stealth.
Yes, you can.
Oh, we
The
know.
rest of you, actually, I think Gwent might also be able to keep up.
Gwen's even faster than Alvina.
Those
Yeah.
who don't have ridiculous decks, you're getting coming in the second wave. Those with dash, with bonus action dash and ridiculous decks,
Speed.
and ridiculous speed can,
Yeah.
I guess, come in the first wave.
Assassin, do you want to be in the bag with Emmy?
I mean, I can dash the bonus action dash, so I'm probably with y'all.
Hey, no.
Keep up with Zormir.
Gwent's in the first
Yeah,
wave.
Gwen goes first, then Alvina, because even with the
But
bonus
Gwent
action-
also has the option of staying back in the second wave. It isn't
Where's
Joe, isn't it
Blake?
mandatory running forward.
Whoop! Back in the second wave then.
Those who would like to run forward and be first can do so.
Wait, is it just Zormir and Alvina? Because if so, then maybe I do want to stay back.
Oh, the professor's there.
Yeah, but
So
Alvina's stealthy.
you've got like 3 allies there.
Shoot Zormir.
You know what?
Yes, ma'am.
I think Alvina will like go to pick up Assassin, put them in the bag, and they'll just
A
like
gun on
leap
me.
out
Not
before
one to gun.
Alvina runs off. So they're also gonna stay back.
Oh, but Professor, do we get a Destiny point? Because that was a really good scene with.
Yeah.
That was a really difficult scene, and I appreciate you. While obviously you were looking for the best answer, actually like finally going through. So there you go.
Nice.
You get a Destiny point.
Yay.
Hooray! I use it immediately. Because I'm only going to have one next week at the start, anyway.
No, you'd have two, because doesn't the ones you gain from it?
No, you guys. If you have 0, you start with 1. You don't. If you have 1, you don't get another.
Yep.
All right. Fair
You
enough.
have to do
It's like when you start
something to get
initiative with a level 20 monk.
Fair enough. At least we're.
So,
Yeah.
I can't stop my voice from being Oni while I'm in the Oni form because of Alter Self. So I'm going to be communicating with message, unless otherwise stated out loud. So whenever I do the Professor voice, it'll be in message form.
Okay.
You destroyed the 4 Oni, then? The 4 ogres?
Yeah.
You'll get the message back.
Here's the 4th
Yes.
one.
They were wearing armor.
Were.
Do
Well,
you
they're
have
wearing
some?
bracers.
Yes.
They were
Past
wearing
tense.
bracers that looked magical.
They're not magic. Albina
Didn't look
shows them off.
No, they're just very well
They're nice.
Beautifully crafted.
They're
Those
well
are beautifully crafted.
Yeah.
I would like a pair
Old.
if you have them.
We have spare. Yeah. Here you go. I throw them at you.
Do we have spare
Oh,
though?
you-
Because
No, wait.
We had 4.
Pick up a 4th one.
We had 4. Yeah.
yeah,
let's do that.
Lou's got a pair, Alvina's got a pair, Assassin's got a pair, and wasn't fuck you
I
getting a
didn't, I
pair?
didn't take them.
Want to fuck you?
I just really like the energy of the idea of just me getting rid of perfectly good armor just for the memes.
Fuck you might actually have something which prevents him, essentially. So I'm not putting a mark on that one.
Yeah, but we can like reserve them for
They
and then see.
require attunement.
Mhm.
Damn it.
Yeah. Why do you think Alvina was like, yeah, I'll have these for now?
That is
As the
everything I love,
achievement
God.
period
No, it's an hour.
passed,
It's an hour. It's
And-
gonna be
yeah, I
a
wasn't
while.
sure the time lapse.
No, not an
Doctor,
hour.
I
We went
have
400
loaded
yards.
the cannons and communicated with some of the more hench-looking slaves.
What's wrong with that one? Why has he
Get
been stabbed?
Well,
Start
you have
moving
hit on
the
you have hit on the very crux of the problem, Alvina. That one. What happened to that one is he got stabbed in the
Avina,
neck by another slave.
Ah.
Avina,
And
start moving the
that is all
people.
there is to it. Nothing else happened.
So there was a disagreement between the slaves.
That
I'll buy it.
sounds feasible.
I'll buy it.
Yes, let's go with that.
19. Let's see your deception.
Alvina buys it. Gwen, 27. Jesus.
Let's see your deception there.
Went staring holes in you.
Would I have advantage because I'm disguised?
We know who
I
you
don't
are.
think so.
What was the lie you were trying to tell?
It was
One of them
The fight
Stabbing was
broke out
only-
between the slaves.
One
Wait.
of them stabbed another.
Gwen sees through it. That's it.
You did this.
Technically true, but Inception also tells Gagers that there's something.
Yeah,
you're
but there was
keeping
nothing
back.
more
Yeah.
to it.
So, that's fair.
Gwent alone thinks there's something I'm not fully telling you. You see the sort of what would it be? It would
Hang
be
of
more
guilt in the back of your
yeah.
eyes.
It would be guilt somewhat of a poor decision made. The guilt of a bad decision. Yeah.
Gwen can tell it in the tone of your voice. There's that sad tone.
Yes, the tone of me casting message. Sure.
Yeah. The tone of the spell.
Avina,
You
Yo,
don't have to very still whisper through it. It'll still be your voice.
Avina, start moving the people this way.
If
we
I
join the people,
heal
not the
this
gun?
guy, will he cause a problem? And I'm looking at the professor.
I can't imagine why.
Are you sure about this?
You wouldn't react well to an Oni presence.
Oh, I doubt he would react well to me in this current form.
Well, me disguised
You're
like
pretty
You
sure
just
none
stand
of
at the
the
back
slaves
then.
A
are
lot
going to
of
react
the
positively,
slaves-
Kanoni.
Hmm.
So Zorbe, did you say Alvina start getting the people over here, or do you want Alvina to
Yeah.
move the
Stop.
cannons?
No, I'm
Okay.
gonna stay with the cannons because I can use them.
Yeah, but
without them.
they're all pointed the wrong
Yeah.
way.
I'm gonna turn it.
I can
I'm
easily
strong enough.
You can easily move
So,
them.
so while Alvina and possibly
Alvina zooms off.
while Alvina and Gwent are moving captive and injured people, I will point at Zormir and say, "Doctor, I will lay a card on the table. You trusted me to come in, albeit reluctantly. There is an inside person from the rebellion within these caves, in these mines. I would like to find them and extract them.
I'll find them. We know there's someone here. Go find them.
I would
I'll
like
keep
to
them
find
busy
them
with the
before
cannons.
we storm the Oni King's palace."
Once points here, he can man the second cannon.
Oh,
I would... No, I probably wouldn't be able to locate person, because I don't know their name.
Alvina's
Yeah,
gonna
you
be,
just find everybody.
Alvina's
Like this
gonna,
person here, here.
Locate rebellion slave. Points
Yeah.
at me.
Yeah.
Shit.
Alvina's gonna keep eyes out for any ogres and keep as far away from them as you can spot and get people.
Brent, you start going for people too.
Like, nope, nope, nope.
You can keep an eye on here just because their footprints are slightly different because of how large they are and kind of flabbier they are. As you move up to the slaves, though, because this is important, because these slaves haven't experienced anyone who looks like Alvina in ever.
In the ever. What? 6
So
foot half.
how
6 foot half.
Is Alvina approaching them?
Well, she
You
was.
can see these look, just from a distance,
foot,
these look
I presume.
haggard and tired and weary.
Yeah, she's currently covered in blood as well. Her hair spiked up in a really shitty attempt to look like an Oni. And she's gonna basically finger to her lips, reach down to like the nearest one if they just stop in possibly amazement, and just snap the chains. Move on to the next one. Do the same thing.
First, I'm going to need you to give me a persuasion check.
It's not the worst skill she has. It's also not the best. Not
Let's
good.
see if you're.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Alvina has this look in her eye that
Yeah.
doesn't scream comfort. If
It's a
anything,
mad
it screams
glint of the murder of 1,000
unbridled
people.
destruction and
Yeah.
death.
Not the best person to
And
pick.
I'm not going to do
go.
this because I'll break my voice. But as you come in, and you see come face to face with what appears to be a very kind of hollow-cheeked half-elf, with this kind of what probably once was gorgeous, or maybe never actually, depending on how long she's been here, silver hair, kind of now a kind of tinged ratty yellow hair, tangled in mess with kind of what appears to almost be like a little shine of actually gold arcanite and sweat. Not gold arcanite, gold dust, because they're mining gold. Everything is gold arcanite, gold crust. And sweat. And as they look up to you, kind of holding this little chunk of gold that they got from the north over there, stares at you and, in a high-pitched voice, screams in fear.
Albina's going to hand over her mouth and go.
Give me a athletics check, see how quickly you can just bound the distance.
Jesus, the time to get a bad roll.
Not bad.
It's bad for Alvina.
Well,
It's bad,
yeah,
to be fair, at
but
least you'll knock her head
a
off.
12.
Don't rip her head off.
It's a positive result, and it wasn't a high DC as you kind of quickly cover the area and kind of slap your hand over her mouth.
Yeah, Albina's like shaking her head like.
You can actually feel the trembling of her skin underneath your hand. Her entire body almost quaking out of fear. Let's go ahead.
Albina's gonna whisper. It's a half elf, right?
Oh, as she faints immediately.
Albina has that effect on ladies sometimes. It's normal.
Her eyes, you kind of see her eyes kind of almost like roll back a little bit. You can see the kind of blood-stained white.
It's probably the
her eyes.
state you're in. That's a
Oh,
oh,
I
fuck.
she just immediately faints and goes limp in your form. You can see a hush as a wave of murmuring around washes through the cavern, as suddenly everyone's turning to look at you, both with faces of amazement or terror. All of them, their jaws slacked.
No, you had
As-
it right. They're sloths.
They're sloths. As this wave continues through, and you can hear in broken common coming down. What noise? Shut up! Back to work! I come down there! As you can hear feet stomping towards your area. This one probably actually going south here. What would you like to do? It seems that this kind of wave of almond and kind of murmuring, and the party, the professor and Zormer, you can also hear not only the high-pitched scream echo through the cavern, but also this wave of murmuring as it kind of reaches, and you can see it already spanning north as Locks and those around him are also kind of murmuring. What? A blood-soaked banshee? What? Monsters invaded the cavern? Monsters have invaded the cavern. Monsters have invaded the cavern.
I also start, but I'm gonna like try and Chinese whispers it, and into
The Banshee has come to free you all. That's not a bad one.
Professor, do you still look like an Oni?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone immediately flees from you.
Alvina's gonna princess carry the passed out half-elf girl and literally gesture to all the people, run, and basically just go into common, run that way, and then bolt off.
Pointing in which direction?
Back towards the party.
Towards the
Interesting.
Oni. Towards the two Oni.
No.
Go ahead and give me
towards-
another persuasion check. This time with disadvantage, because you look like a monster.
I do look like a monster. Yay!
Oh!
That would have been a natural 20!
Somehow, the fact that you're just carrying this individual, you haven't eaten them yet.
Yeah.
As they can hear the thudding of ogre footsteps, and there now appears to be 3 coming this way. And the point, actually, not the point, the professor, as you kind of glance over, you can actually see sight of at least definitely one of them kind of coming down. You can hear the footsteps of another. They're coming this direction to investigate. You're going to want to do something quickly soon. But all of the slaves kind of look back and look at the Alvina, the strange monster that has slightly pointed hair, is covered in blood, and
Glowing
decide
eyes.
between their fates, they're going to try the monster.
This one?
It might be better.
Hell yeah! I have an army.
Doctor,
of terrified
wheel your
people.
cannon. Doctor, wheel your cannon around so it's pointing into a crossfire. As soon as the ogres cross into this way, let rip. And
I know how.
move up.
I know how
move
it
up there
crosses.
to this other cannon, get into a hiding position and move my cannon round to point down.
Yeah, I'll be...
While you guys are all doing
Oh,
that,
yeah, so-
the rest of the party kind of catches up into the cavern at this point. Gwent, what are you up to?
I am heading north to this load of slaves to go and get them out.
And how would you like to approach this group of slaves?
Full gallop.
Just going to like keep myself hidden from over here, and then gesture them over.
Just an over? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, because of your background, go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Are you a folk hero?
I am not, no, but before that, I'm just going to cast Borrowed Knowledge on myself to get a little bit extra for persuasion, and guidance as well, just to give a little bit extra.
They get advantage because they're a normal-looking person, not a horrifying blood-covered monster with glowing eyes.
And they're wearing the hero's armor.
Yeah.
To be fair, the slaves don't know about the hero's armor. That's a device of ancient history.
We found it in some lich's basement, remember?
Oh, Jesus, thank God for that.
Thank God for the
Thank God for
advantage.
advantage. And then, a 19.
19.
No, 19.
What I'm going to do when I'm outside of the view of these lot is
Just
I'm
kill
just
them
going
all.
to pull up one of my saddlebags and show them something underneath to gain their trust, and then put it down.
Alright, you do so.
We've told you before about your horse
Tits.
anatomy. Stop flashing it at random commoners. For fuck's sake.
The commoners love it.
Hey, Alvina was
bet
so
they do.
hot, the woman passed out, okay? I think Gwent's willing to let some other people pass out as well.
Yeah,
As
but
you-
for slightly different reasons.
And you can see there's still hesitancy in their eyes, confusion, as a scream echoes from the south. But as
Pay
they
no
kind
attention to
of
that.
look towards you, you can see they start to kind of whisper back as well, but this one more of a friendlier tone as they kind of nod and start coming towards your direction.
Alvina is gonna break the chains when she gets back out of the girl she's princess carrying.
Now you can see these guys kind of get out of the way, kind of going north and south, kind of trying to.
Yeah, I'll be directing them out of the kill zone.
Yeah, as soon as...
Which I assume is there.
Yeah, I hope
It's
so.
like, nope, not around there. Around.
Ooh.
Since I'm readying one of the cannons, can I possibly direct Lou and the point to hand out weapons to the ones that Alvina has already in the chains of, so that they can essentially begin revolting after we fire the original barrage?
If they're gonna let
And
me,
also
they
make
might
it clear
run-
that we're not actual Oni.
They might run away from me after this display. They might like go, we're following you, but we're not gonna let you do anything to us.
I basically want to drop disguise self as soon as the crossfires is ready. And go, hi, die.
Fair. The point and Lou, what are you two up to?
So once he's in range to actually do this, he's going to run over to that cannon the professor's by and just say, I got this. You go and do your thing.
And okay.
Alright.
And
Because he's
Very-
got a better chance of firing the cannon
They've
and not
got fire.
failing.
They've got firearm
I
proficiency.
am literally an artillerist outfitter.
Yeah.
No cannons.
Very well. Be ready.
So you're
6
going
seconds.
north, not south.
I'm- Professor is going to run out.
I
towards
also
the-
hand press back his eye at this.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you. I'll pop it back in my socket. 12 seconds. Be ready. And I walk out from behind the cannon wall, still dressed as an Oni, and say, "They're fleeing! Come, hurry!" And I draw a huge greatsword, far too big to be wielded by anyone at all. And I direct them towards, I lead the charge back towards the revolt.
Hydras.
Yeah, the Hydras. The wall of death. So that we can get the jump on them. Move your feet, or it's triple shifts.
I was going to say just half rations. Do the half rations. That scares them.
triple shifts for you if you don't hurry.
That scares
Yeah, but
ogres.
slaves
We know
back.
about that. We know it scares ogres.
No food for a whole day.
Lou, what did you say you were doing?
I never.
Lou, what would you like to
I think Lou's gonna cast Fog Cloud to catch these two ogres.
Ooh.
I like it. Okay. So that'll be the effectively combat initiative, but we're not going to do that this week. So you get into a position where you can probably over here, where you can see that the two ogres kind of focus on the professor, going to look back and start charging towards this. As everything kind of slows down now, you can see the two ogres kind of coming down the middle here into your death wall. You can see slaves very confused, starting to kind of form almost as they've all kind of been drawn into here. You can kind of see them almost starting to, especially the ones to the north, kind of start to form almost like a crowd as they start to slow and kind of look to the ogres running down, kind of those who have come past kind of forming down to see the cannons, and you're kind of drawing a crowd as the murmurs continue to go through the cavern, kind of drawing people in for whatever is about to happen. You're actually forming a crowd now.
There's a severed
ogres
head.
overtake me.
There's also a severed Oni head somewhere in this mess. Ogre
Yeah.
head.
As the ogres overtake me, and I know that the cannons are about to go off, I'm counting in my head.
Run around the corner.
4, 3, 2, 1. I hit the deck, and I drop my disguise. As
that's
Lou
fair.
comes up with the fog.
And we'll get this essentially as The ogres come in, everything begins to go. You do the count, you drop to the floor. Lou, you're able to cast your fog cloud. The cannons go off as the crowd is left speechless as cannon explosions ring through the cavern
Cannon blast.
as the camera pans over towards the end of the cavern.
Yep.
And standing up from their little board game on a table, 3 Oni brutes surrounded by 3 Oni magi.
Yep.
With 2 additional ogres. You can see one of the ogres carrying an unconscious half-orc.
Oh, is that what that is?
Oh.
It's not a meat dumpling. Despite looking.
Comes, kind of walks up and just slows and also looks back to the sound of ringing cannon fodder.
Cannon fire. Cannon fodder would be great, though.
As that is where we're going to end today.
Yeah.
The start of a rebellion next week.
Nice.
Will there be casualties?
Yes.
Oh,
That
yes.
depends entirely on
Oh,
how
yes.
well the party
It depends
does.
who the casualties
So
are.
yes, there will
There will
be.
definitely be casualties. Whether they're us, the innocent civilians, or the enemies, which remains to be seen.
How about both?
All
of the above.
3.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, definitely, most assuredly, there will be casualties.
Yes.
There
Well, I
is-
hope
Most
the-
assuredly, what choices the professor makes will kill more innocents.
It'll be the professor will be the first casualty as both cannons natural 1 and hit him.
If they
No, natural one
they're
means
gonna
they blow
explode
up.
on you guys, yeah.
Okay,
Natural
maybe a
two.
3.
Okay.
The natural 2.
I will accept if you nat 20 and then roll another 20 apiece. They'll both hit me.
Or
They-
aiming
they-
for
Okay.
you.
Okay,
thought
Destiny
that's the
point that.
Yeah.
They go through the ogres. Hit me.
Oh, I take that. I didn't actually know that was a command. I tried to roll 2 20s and go, oh, shame.
Yeah, it's because you forgot the 2D.
No, I didn't. I specifically didn't want it to be a D. I want it because if you roll it like normally, it just flat rolls 20.
Alright.
So yes, there you go. That is today's session. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. This was Minds of Avarice Part 3. Tune in where I think I'm going to change the title to Rise of a Rebellion.
Ooh. Again,
Rise of yet another rebellion.
the rise of another rebellion.
Yeah, I hope.
That's the beautiful story of a rebellion. There's always tiny little rebellions forming everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There you go.
Real-
Call it Rebel Scum.
Who knows
the
if
real
you'll
Black
survive
Phoenix.
next week?
A New
Given
Hope. A New Hope.
Given what we're about to do.
A New Hope, I do quite like A New Hope. I'll go with A New Hope. There you go, James.
Yeah.
Next week's episode can
Another
be
Destiny
called
point.
A New Hope Part 1.
Alvina is
Let's
now.
see if you
No,
survive
that was
the
part
Minds of
4.
Avarice as you bring down the brute of, I believe that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Oni slave masters, 3 Oni brutes, and 3 Oni magis with a bunch of civilians.
In a pear tree.
It's fine. We've got cannons this time.
We have
Yeah,
cannons.
but-
Let's see how well those help you out.
How many
Yeah.
spell slots has anybody got left?
Hey,
Zero.
I've got 3.
Just do what we did last time. Pump a
Well,
shit
I
ton
know-
of heat. Pump a shit ton of healing to
I got spell
Alvina.
slots.
I've got 1 rage.
I have
As I
no
believe
spell
many of
slots,
you
but I
are
do
very
have
low
a gun.
resources.
I will say we've got Alvina's got 1 rage, but she does have a black hole.
I've got a chipper attitude and a finger gun for you, sir. Go get him.
Alright, thank you all. That is us. Good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
See ya.
I had something to plug, but bye.
It's fine.
Oh,
you can
I'm
plug
still
it on my-
alive.
You can plug it on my stream as well, because I'm still alive.
Just-
Now we're
Still
still up
out,
on
you can go
website.
plug.
Go ahead and plug your thing.
No,
We're
no,
on.
it doesn't feel
Yeah.
natural, man.
James, plug your thing.
Oh, well, now it doesn't feel natural.
They're running
what's
in
wrong?
some
I've
race
got-
sometime.
You forgot to remind us about your plug,
You
so
did.
yes.
Yeah, I got the memory.
I've got 2 things to plug. So the first one is at the end of May, on the 29th of May, I'm running the Edinburgh Half Marathon as part of the Edinburgh Marathon Festival. I'll probably be raising money for an autism charity
Nice.
or for Extra Life, the D&D charity. I haven't decided yet, but midway through training,
So it'd be fun to even just see people out and supporting various charities. You don't have to support me, just as long as you, like, if you are able to give a little bit to some charity. I think the official one is Cancer Trust or Cancer Relief, one of those two, I think, or Alzheimer's maybe. So yeah, and you'll be able to track the race as it happens, I believe, or the races. The second one is at the end of August, the final weekend of August, the 27th and 28th, is a return by Tabletop Scotland, the first time since 2019. Why was that? Something happened in the interim, I believe, that made tabletop game conventions unfeasible. But yeah,
lack of interest.
So good games released, yeah.
I think it could have been a rebellion or an owning uprising or something. But yeah, on the 27th and 28th of August this year, so last weekend of August, Tabletop Scotland is once more in the Doers Centre in Perth, and tickets are available now. Just Google Tabletop Scotland.
For reference,
Twitter or something.
For reference to people watching the VOD of this, possibly in the large amount in the future, this is the year 2022. So don't do it. If you're listening after the year 2022, ignore these dates.
AKA the year 1BA before Atomic.
One badass.
AKA if you're a
One
year
badass.
Or 2AC.
2AC.
And plus, I think two of us will be away somewhere else.
Yeah.
Doing some LARP.
But yeah,
Yes.
those are my things. Edinburgh Marathon Festival at the end last weekend of May, and Tabletop Scotland last weekend of August.
There you go. There's your
plug.
I'll be keeping on plugging this. And it'll get more
Right.
concise as the weeks go on.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Doubtful.
that is going to be us out for this stream. Now Jamie gets to do his wrap up after this.
Okay.
Deep breath. Deep breath.
Now I'm going to do the thank yous first. Yeah, thanks again, Chris. That was hilarious, Chris. It was great. I'm loving that Alvina has now become some sort of mythical creature. And
Alvina's now a cryptid. Just a horribly scary
she's
cryptid.
an
He-Man
SCP.
of the Monsterverse.
Yeah. Alvina is a legendary monster.
In a way,
yeah.
all adventurers are.
But yeah, thank you. Thanks again, players. That was hilarious. There will not be a Geddon tomorrow because I am actually away at a family party, going to watch Grand National eat Chinese food. So, there will
It's
not
the
be-
Grand National tomorrow.
Yeah, Grand National tomorrow. So,
Okay.
There's
yeah.
another plug for you.
Betting is bad, everybody, but I'm going to do it anyway. So screw it.
I always bet on the horse with 3-syllable names.
I always bet on the horse that has an okay chance to win, but not the best chance. Anyway,
I bet on the horse that's the best name.
I usually do that as well. Yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching.
What about
Have a
the
fantastic
colours?
evening, everyone of you. Keep playing video games, keep being awesome, you guys. Oh, the best on Twitch. I'll be back on Monday. See ya. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.